Welcome to show number 551 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, and it's a goodie. We had a lot of fun today. Seth Petrozelli's on the program. The usual cast of characters hanging out on the couch.
We talked to Seth about his birthday.
Oh, my God.
That you went to.
It was a lot of fun, but, I mean, we're going to get a guy that I met. He's going to come in. I call him the Crazy Russian. You're, like, for you, this will, like, be my Christmas gift to you. You're going to love this guy.
Wait. We talked to him about his injury and the reason he can't do his fight because of an injury.
Big old swollen knees.
He did some news, inappropriate laugh.
A lot of sticking the nose in the butt.
Oh, God,
Well, we start the show with it. Yeah, you'll hear that. You'll hear all of that and all of that and more.
We talked about LeBron James' son. I brought up some story I read, and we finished with some mail on mail. It was a funny show.
Yeah, we had a good time, and all of it brought to you by the love of my life, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
Yep.
I love that damn store.
If you go to ABC, any ABC around Florida, I mean, most likely there's going to be one near your house.
There'll be one near you.
And you're picking up maybe some holiday supplies for your Christmas party or, New Year's Eve. Use hashtag TDABC.
Yep.
And make a social media post. Just take a picture of you with ABC in the background. We give out prizes. Really good prizes.
You never know where you're going to get to. We've had some really, really crazy good prizes, and also some of the deals that you're going to get on thehumidor.com, which is the cigar component. To ABC. Right now would be the time to get on there and check out some of these holiday value bags that they put out, where it's like, or variety rather, not value. Well, it is a value, but it's a variety pack of some of the best cigars for like entry level. It goes all the way to like full flavored cigars, but usually like your milder cigars, your medium cigars, and you can get that for the cigar smoker in your life for the holidays.
Oh, 100%. Great gift ideas. Thehumidor.com. Use promo code Tom and Dan. We give out prizes for people to use that promo code as well. Yeah. Plus, you get a percentage off your order.
All the promo codes, all the percentages off. Yeah. That's how much ABC believes in you guys, because you guys do those social media posts.
Oh, we take them.
Don't think that doesn't go anywhere. Please, believe me when I tell you that when we send it to the marketing people and they look at it, they freak out.
We gather them together, so even if you don't end up winning a prize, if you want to help us out, and if you're going to go there anyway, just snap a quick picture, put it up on social media, hashtag TDABC. We gather them all together and then show them, like, hey, our listeners support our sponsors, and it really helps us out. So thank you very much. Thanks to ABC and the Humidor. Enjoy the show.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 551.
Back at it, buddy. And back with the intro. Because I got it wrong.
Oh, buddy.
I fucked it wrong. No, I got it wrong.
It's fine.
I got it wrong. It's better with the energy,
Just experimenting with things,
Well, like, sometimes you got to lick a man's ass.
yeah.
Right? Sometimes you got to do it.
You got to find out what you like. You don't know.
Yeah. Tastes like a D battery.
It's like Seth didn't know he liked eating butt until he did it the first time.
I was always infatuated with it. I've always thought to myself, what is that going to taste like?
I'd like
really? First thing, you know what it's going to taste like.
First thing Seth said, I was always fascinated.
Okay, well, to my defense, I lied to you on the way here. I just woke up. I just woke up. I was awake all night till like 4 in the morning watching Full House.
Oh, wow. You could have said eating butt.
Episode. No, I did that, and then I started watching Full House.
Yeah, nothing cleanses the palate from butt like Full House.
Like a sherbet.
Yeah, it's like a sorbet.
I got a little nervous last night, though, because of this possible infection we'll talk about later. So my nose was in butt, so immediately after...
You put your nose in someone's butt?
Well, the way it was...
The way it's shaped?
It was doggy style, so my nose was down there, and it was like in.
I like to do that. I like to do that. Hold on, fist bump. I like to do that.
I can reach you.
Come on.
I like to do that too.
But immediately I went into my bathroom, sudsed up some dial soap, and went all over my nose and eyes because I'm freaking out.
Yellow
about
or white
now.
dial?
White. Oh,
white
it's the
dial?
pure.
White dial.
What's worth it?
What's freaking you out about poo-poo nose?
I don't know if I might.
Write down Rudolph parody song, please, and I will get on. I will do that this afternoon. So a long day for me, but hey, you're gonna get some goodness out of it.
The doctor said I could be reinfecting myself over and over again with staphylococcus that's in my nose.
Staphylococcus! Oh, staphylococcus! So his doctor said that you're getting too much poo-poo in your nose?
I could be.
Who says that?
You've been eating too much butt, and you have poo-poo nose.
He didn't specifically say poo-poo nose, but he said I could have staph. I could be a carrier, and it could be in my nose. So every time I clear a staph infection up from me, like if I had my nose around, I could just wipe it and get them. I do this a lot. It's not rocket, So.
Oh God.
Well, I train a lot, and it just gets.
So wait, you eat butt and then you blow the turd?
No.
Why are we starting out with this?
Well, I mean, it's
been
the holidays.
Since I've been on. It's been a while.
It's what you do.
Put a washcloth.
You've never from the back.
No,
it's
not that
it's
adventurous.
like two big handles you hold on to.
Yeah, it is. I kind of like it.
We just talked about you got to experiment.
Yeah, you just said that.
Yeah, well,
it's fun.
And I just said I got it wrong, and I think that this isn't wrong.
You need all the test tubes to do the correct experiments. I don't get it.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, my nose was in a tube.
Oh my God. Well, hey, welcome to the show, everybody. It is show number, Samantha?
551.
551 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan. That's Tom.
Samantha's
I didn't even let you talk. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Fine.
Dan.
Tom. Travis is here. Seth Petrozelli is here. We got a lot to talk about. But first, I want to thank everybody for buying those scratch-off tickets.
Unbelievable, dude.
Because we sold out
on
on Monday.
That's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. That put me in the holiday spirit.
Yeah. And I didn't expect that. In fact, me and Daniel have been
I was
sweating
a massive doubter of everything. I don't know why. Was confident the entire time, and rightfully so.
Tony was too. And,
yeah,
I was just like, man, this is holiday season. I know, like, it's all for charity, but we want to sell 1,000. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
It's not just a couple hundred. And we sold 1,000 over the weekend and raised over $5,000 for Yellow Brick Road Foundation. Yep. So our goal of over 10 for the end of the year is accomplished.
We did it.
So and thank you.
We're fucking heroes
to all the BDMs, because the BDMs surged it at first.
I'm gonna need some letters from children written in crayon sent here to me that I can hang up. I can post on Instagram. Look what I do.
I know he didn't do it for the plug, but I'll go ahead and plug Corey from All Pro Dent Repair because he bought 100 right off the bat.
Yeah.
And
good man.
I've used his company. It's great if you got any scratches, dents, like maybe rims.
This is what I asked for Christmas.
Yeah. He repaired the rims from curbing them so much on my WRX.
And then you recurbed them.
That's
my favorite part.
I'll be
keeping them in business.
I'll be bringing them back before I turn in my lease, so I don't get nailed for that.
Yeah.
But All Pro Dent Repair and Corey.
I took a black marker to mine one time.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not that bad, I'm all for that. Especially until you need to either turn it in, or if you're gonna keep it, why not? But mine's so bad, and I did it one day arguing with my wife on the phone. Oh, so mad.
Also, I'll plug the fact that our BDM Christmas party is tomorrow. All BDMs know the details of that. And I will say that if you're not a BDM, you could sign up at tomandan.com. We've got a bunch of things planned for next year. We're really going to focus on BDM-only parties because, like, we did our anniversary party, and we're not going to do another one until maybe we get to 15 or 20 or whatever. But, and we're
at least we're saying,
excuse
me, we're saying that.
Well, we're going to keep our staple events being like the Beer Fest, Sofa and Suds in November, and then try to do just BDM events throughout the year. So if you're not a BDM, you go ahead and sign up on tomandan.com. There's a love meter. You could pick your rate from $159 to $1059. So thank you to all the BDMs who helped us, and if you want to sign up, go ahead. And we got some tumblers, wine tumblers, some headbands on our merch site. If you want to order for Christmas, I think next week is the cutoff for getting it before Christmas. So, Seth.
Sir?
A couple things. One, I couldn't make it to your birthday party, which I felt bad about. It's
You should.
Did you really,
Do you feel bad about that, or every other thing I invite you to that you can't make it to?
Usually you text me on Saturday morning like, hey, me and the bros are going out to partying on downtown. We're going to really butt fuck. I don't know why you said that.
We're going to go all get shit-nosed tonight.
Shit nose is the butt fuck.
I'm just like, you want me to go out with you at 11:30 on a Saturday? I'm like, I got kids. I'm not interested.
Yeah, you got a wife that takes care of this.
And then for your birthday,
tongue in the slit, nose in the shit, bro. You like that? You were like,
I'm gonna think of that.
we were coming back from our Thanksgiving tradition, going out riding four-wheelers at Croom, so I couldn't make it on Sunday, but Daniel went.
I did go.
And he reported back to me.
I got seated with a crazy Russian. I love that guy.
I want to get the Russian in
He's
here.
a psychopath.
Roman. Oh, he's nuts.
Yeah, he is absolutely insane.
So
He'll go out and butt fuck with us. Yes.
Yeah, he absolutely will. Because a whole day he's like, I listened to you for a long time. Big fan.
Well, before he even went and talked to you, he was like, Seth, is that Daniel from the show? I'm like, yeah, that's him. He's like, I sit next to him. I'm like, you're sitting next to him. He's like,
yeah, he was awesome.
He's like, you have to tell him who I am. And I'm like, he'll know who you are.
Look at this video. This is me lifting weights in snow with guys dressed in bear suits.
yeah, you showed me all that. We got to get the crazy Russian on.
Yeah, but no, Seth said no. You said he was too crazy.
I'm stealing my limelight. No.
All right.
We'll see if the crazy Russian.
I'm joking. We can bring Roman in here, of course. He just got his black. I don't know if you saw my post on Instagram.
No.
Congratulating the new black belt, but Roman got his new black belt.
Oh, that's awesome because I know how much that meant to him.
Yeah, 9 years it took him.
Jiu-jitsu.
That's normal for
jiu-jitsu.
8 to 10 years.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. It takes like a lifetime to. I mean, you're always all the guys that I know that do it. They're all like, yeah, I've been doing it 20 years. I'll get there.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
I'm sure. If you take breaks, it takes longer, obviously.
What's the fastest you could do it? Could you do it in like 2 years if you really...
The fastest anyone has ever done it, I think, is BJ Penn.
We talked about this at the party.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Actually, we were arguing back and forth.
Yeah, we talked about this at the party, and then they're all like discussing it. Who was the guy sitting next to your left, bearded?
That's Josh Woods. That's my best friend, Josh.
Yeah, well, that guy looks like he can fuck somebody up, too, because he'd like...
Yeah.
Not really. Oh, all right.
He can.
But he knew all the stats. Like he's like, yeah, I think this one guy did it in like 7 years or something. Like, or
you're talking about Tiago, the Brazilian, my jiu-jitsu instructor.
That guy.
That's Tiago. Oh,
he looks like he can fuck somebody up.
Fuck somebody up.
Yeah, you can tell.
My friend ain't doing shit.
I never know. Josh can for sure.
But I know your friend. Yeah, I know your friend.
My wrestling.
The other guy that was behind you with like kind of bearded but silently, you could just look at that guy and tell that he could pop your fucking head off.
Yeah.
Usually, he's not massive. He's not a huge dude.
Not, but he feels I've traveled and trained with people all around the world. He's probably the toughest guy on the ground I've ever gone with in my life.
Really?
The toughest.
Yeah, you can see it. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's just a confidence, the way that he carries himself, but...
Usually you could see it in the ears.
His ears aren't that bad.
His ears aren't that bad.
Well, I mean, that's a number one sign for me. It's like, the ear, don't mess with that guy.
I mean, there's only a couple...
guys give him ears.
It's a lot of fun. Go to Vegas. He's a crazy guy.
Oh, is he good?
He's nuts.
One day, I would, if I ever, well, it's going to happen because I keep wishing it on myself. But when I get my terminal illness that I'm hoping for, I want to go all to Vegas. I want to party with you guys and just see how, I mean, I probably couldn't even stand half the night. I'm such a lightweight.
Yeah, well, you cocaine and all the
cocaine.
Yeah.
Like that UCF student that they said was blindfolded and forced to do cocaine. I was like, oh my god, what are they doing to this poor child?
95% of the nights usually ends up with the guys that don't get a girls watching the guys with their girls bang and jerking off, watching them do it. That's pretty much what it ends up doing.
Okay, so
right there.
So I get my terminal illness, and we fly to Vegas, and then I'm married, so I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. So you guys get girls, and then we go back to the hotel room, and I stand in the corner and I jack off while you guys are fucking your girls.
Yes.
Sound like a
Would your wife be okay with that? With you jacking off to live sex?
Would you like to call her? Because I actually believe, let's do a bet. Let's go around the room. I think she'd be okay with it.
I think she'd be okay with it because she has to be.
I think she'd be okay with it.
Well, is this with the terminal illness? I feel like that will give you a pass, but when on a normal Saturday...
Yeah.
I don't
Okay, so there's two bets here. One bet is, I'll send you the numbers.
Terminal illness, I'm going with she'll be fine with it. normal Saturday, I'm like, nah, I bet she'll be like,
I forgot. Was she okay with the rub and tug at the massage?
We can ask her again. I always forget. I feel like we do this all the time.
So this is a normal question you go to?
Yeah, I feel like in this case, even without terminal illness, I feel like she'd be okay with it.
All right.
It's a no and a no from Doc.
All right, Doc Ock says no. What about you, Tom?
My wife would be okay
Yeah.
with it. I mean, it's one of those things that I think
No
it's
way would she be okay with it.
It's a tough ask.
But
I'd have to ask at the right
You're
time.
not cheating at all.
It's like watching porn, just live porn.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's what I said anyway when I was doing.
It's like getting seats for the Magic instead of watching it on
It's a little
Sunshine
weird
Network.
when it's your friends, though.
No, it's funnier when it's your friends.
So you're laughing while you're jacking off?
Oh, we're fucking with them as they're jacking. This has happened numerous times, by the way.
I feel like I want a partition, or like I need to peek out of the closet. I don't want to be
look
over
at your
there.
eyes.
Yeah, I don't want to be just sitting there in the room.
Wait, can you turn around and look at me?
Wait, what?
Like, if you're going at it, could you, like, turn and look at me?
Oh, yeah, we like, throw things at each other.
That happened at
girls are you?
That happened at his pizza party birthday. At his pizza party birthday, 5 minutes into it, and the guy's getting orders, and Seth's shooting spitballs in people's eyes and girls'
Goddamn
titties.
child.
He's shooting spitballs in
It was
girls'
my
cleavage.
birthday. I wanted to have fun. I was depressed already.
You also mentioned that you were the only
sent it to you,
person
Sam.
eating pasta at the Italian restaurant.
Yeah, everybody else, no drinking, by the way. I'm the big fat piece of shit drinking beer. They're all looking at me like, oh, there's a fucking narp over here. And I get I get baked ziti, and they're like, everyone's like, what? Baked ziti at an Italian restaurant? How fucking dare you? And then this guy just had a plate of, it was chicken cacciatore, but it was just chicken and veggies. And I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Why even go to an Italian restaurant?
Because it's the atmosphere.
Yeah, you like the fake plastic plants with the dust all over him, and the old man with a tattoo on his arm, spilling the lemons everywhere.
He said, I want to wish you a happy birthday. It's
She
great
doesn't
having
want to talk to you. She forwarded it to his voicemail.
Really? Wow. My God. Is she in the chat room?
listening?
That could have gone sour.
Also, Daniel, you mentioned that Seth's girlfriend thought you were the comical old grandpa.
Yeah, I think she thought I was funny grandpa. Is what I said to Tom, because she made a comment that like a younger, cute, and attractive woman would make to like an old grandpa. When I was meeting her, you introduced me, and I'm like, "Oh, hi, nice to meet you." And she's like, "You could sit next to me. I don't bite." And that's what you would say to an old, funny grandpa.
Were you alive before the internet?
Tell me about flip phones, grandpa.
Yeah. You didn't have cell phones? Like it was like the black and white TV.
I found out a couple nights ago she doesn't know a lot about the stuff. I should have known this, I guess.
About the show?
Well, no, not about the show, just about stuff that when I grew up, obviously, because she's way younger than me. So I was watching, I put the top 25 best child intros in the 80s, like child cartoons of the 80s. Something
Would you put it at his bait?
No, what? No, I was in bed depressed, and this raised my spirits, like listening to He-Man and like the Frag
I was going to
Rock.
check on you. I knew you would be depressed. I said it in the car to the guys, didn't I?
Yeah.
I told you guys, I said we should check on him because this whole grappling match deal.
Yeah.
Can we talk about
Well,
that?
yeah, I'm going to mention
we
that.
can talk
By the
about
way, Fraggle Rock, the actual Fraggles.
I thought Fraggle Rock sucked.
Were they
but
in the old man's walls at his house?
Underneath.
Underneath the house.
They're underneath the
Yeah.
house.
the burrow underneath.
Oh, that
The
old...
subfloor is fucking.
He's going to fall into a sinkhole like that. Like that
Especially how big they are.
Yeah.
Wait, those the big things are the houses they lived in, right? Those big.
Seth would be like, the subfloor's fucked. I need my dad to fix it.
They're a gigantic
What's he fixing today?
sinkhole under your house.
Did I tell you he just on a whim moved to Tennessee? He's
No.
like, hey guys, leaving with my girlfriend in Tennessee, bought a house, and then as soon as he moved there, he sent pictures of 2 dogs that he bought.
Wow. Get the hell out of here.
He was
Your
like,
son was
really slave driver.
and then he was like, can you send me that? Do you still have the? Because
You still get that auto blow?
yeah, I know. He bought some like scratch repair for my brand new range that I bought. He used to fucking scrub me in my range and kind of scratch the stainless steel up on the top. So I let him have it. When that happened, I was like, I can't believe you did that. Why would you use it? Come on, don't be.
I hate you.
Don't be dumb.
I wish I'd never been born.
Yeah. So he asked me to send it back. I was like, oh, you still didn't fix the scratches that you bought.
That's fucked up, man. That's your dad.
I was joking with him halfway. Yeah.
Halfway joking with him.
Yeah.
So,
Well, shout out to
now,
Tennessee Seth's dad.
originally, we were going to have you on the show, Seth, to promote your jiu-jitsu fight next weekend at OLE, and we were going to invite a bunch of BDMs out there to watch you. We were going to sponsor you.
They should still go.
It's,
one of my students is competing.
Who's competing?
Luke, the little short redhead, my elf.
So
your elf.
I saw your Facebook.
He was going to walk out I had a whole elaborate walkout.
Well, he can still do it.
Yeah, I can't now unless I do it next Christmas.
Do you think he's relieved?
It was Christmas themed.
Do you think he's relieved that you're not going, so he doesn't have to dress in his elf costume? He's probably like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened."
Roman's pissed. Roman was going to be the reindeer, the Rudolph. I was going to have him his fucking red nose antlers.
That would be pretty.
I was going to be whipping him.
So I saw your announcement on Facebook saying that you have to now miss the fight because of injury.
Yes.
And you went into some of your injury on social media, but let's talk about it. Now, you walked in here fine. You look good.
You look great.
I just can't take this heel and bring it any like 6 inches is the most I can bring it up. Oh no, this is nothing. When I wake up in the morning, it's tiny. At the end of the night, my knee and my calf will be twice as big. Every single day.
Is there anything you can do about that, or
I'm on antibiotics? I'm on gout medication, and yeah.
Why'd you get the gout? You're like,
that's the
okay.
king's.
So this is
what happened,
this is another thing that made my hypochondria kick. Get this. So I'm in the doctor's office. He said, okay, you had maybe a staph here that could have got infected. You also were doing. I had a karate test last weekend too that I passed. Got my 3rd degree.
Hey,
but I was doing tons of kata that morning, like tons, and I bend down on this knee a lot. So he said I could have strained my tendon and ruptured my bursa sac by doing that because I was going down on my knee. So he said it could be a couple things, the infection. Then I said, well, my birthday was 2 days ago, and I ate tons of shellfish. He took me to a seafood restaurant. So I ate like freaking crab legs, oysters, fucking scallops, all sorts of shit I normally don't eat. So he's like, well, I'm like, do you think it's the gout? He's like, you're a better doctor than me. I wouldn't have thought of that. He's like, yeah, it could be the gout. I'm like, better doctor than me. Exactly. He said, I'm a better doctor than you. I was like, well, doc, it might be time I start looking for somebody else. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. So he's like,
that would kind of freak me out.
He's like, let me just give you some gout medication. I was like, gout? I'm like, I'm the healthiest guy I know. He's like, yeah. He didn't really say anything. He was just kind of like, man.
It's you turned 40.
Yeah.
Getting old. Your body's breaking down now.
So, but it was so painful. Like today it feels better, but like the day of, like it was the most pain. Like I can deal with pain and I can train through pain.
Yeah.
But that fucking hurt. Like it was bad.
Now,
it was hurting.
I'm not saying you should fight through an injury. All I'm saying is that I'm pretty sure Kimbo Slice fought through a heart problem, right? It looks like he did not have a heart problem.
And what I didn't tell anybody about was my LCL tear. I tore my LCL 2 weeks ago. I didn't tell anybody about that, and I fought through that. I just taped it up, and it hurt like shit. I couldn't do my favorite type of guard and my triangles I do with this leg.
Damn, man.
So I was just taping up and not saying anything to anybody. But I got an MRI on that and everything, so it's a partial tear of my LCL, which I was like, fuck it, I'll just keep training, I don't care.
So is
this was bad.
The beginning of the end?
Oh my god.
Now, it's just my knees.
Now I
who needs your knees? How important especially in martial arts.
You know who said that too? My pop-up. Like, about 12 years before the end. So now, I saw your post and I was getting ready to bully you on there.
Did you have a change of heart?
And I had a change of heart because
we talked him out of it.
Well, Daniel came in.
The post would have been bad to bully. I would have been a little upset about the post.
Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to do. What do you think my intention of bullying is?
There's a line.
Peak upsetness.
Were you going to bully him? And I changed your mind?
Yeah, because you said, oh, man, I think Seth is really bummed. I'm going to reach out to him. Like, I think he's bummed about these injuries, and he's not,
when we're driving back from Take America.
I was like, I'll take back.
Everybody was about to go in on him. Like,
yeah. So,
it makes me. I talked to him, and he's like, well, I can get another fight whenever I want. He just said, just tell me the next event you want to be on, and I'll put you on the event. So
yeah. So are you planning on fighting?
Oh yeah, heck yeah. I'll probably against the same exact guy. Just gonna push it back a couple months, I guess. I don't know.
Now, is this like when you train as much as you do, because you work out 2 times a day, basically? And you've said
it's normal. People do fight with injuries all the time. Yeah, for sure. Like, there's not one fight I've gone in where I can think of that I haven't had something
wrong with you, and not 100% perfect.
Yeah.
But with these kind of like knee problems and tears and stuff, because of your high level of training and exercise, is this going to be like a perpetual thing where you just it never heals?
I hope not. I don't know. It seems like it lately because even when I was training like a couple months ago for my karate freaking tournament, I was getting hurt doing stuff for that too, and that wasn't anything. So I hope it's not a trend. But
is it finally Father Time tapping you with the Reaper?
I mean, I heal just as fast, kind of.
Even though I don't think Father Time holds the Reaper.
Yeah, I mean, you fucked that up thoroughly. Is this finally Baby New Year? Putting a big Jim Candy cane up your ass? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, are you on drugs?
I'm trying to fuck with him.
I like it.
I think it's just bad luck. That's what I'm going with. Bad
man.
luck
But you are, I mean, age-wise. I mean, you're...
I think your wife is calling us if you want.
Should have ordered the ZDs.
Well, now I can eat it. And it was more mental for me. Oh, go ahead.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
If Seth and I and some of his bros went to Vegas... and he got girls, and they were all like fucking in the hotel room, would you let me stand in the corner and jack off?
I mean, do you want to?
Oh no, that's a trap. That's a trap.
What kind of question is that?
That's a trap.
I mean, here's what I would say: I don't not want to.
Good answer.
Again, I'd rather be in the box.
Let's turn this
or some
around
sort of
on
closet.
me.
Okay.
What if turn the tables? Now, what if he was doing that? Would you let me stand in the
Well,
corner?
not with you. No.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
It would be weirder that if you and like let's say you and Crystal and then some other girls like Sam and other girls were there
For the record,
and the single girls had guys and they were getting it on. I would let you
double click her mouse.
lay in the corner like a turtle on its back and you laughed. I got you. I got you. It's her love language. She loves it.
Weird thing for
Yeah, I would let you, and then I'd let you. I'd let you. What do you call that? I'd let
Double-click
you.
in the mouse, I told you.
Yeah, I'd let you. Double,
No, but I was
right
saying,
click,
I
save.
was saying, would you allow me to stand in the corner and watch Seth and his girl?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
For the record, I'm cool with that too.
Totally. Totally.
I'm fairly certain like most every guy's like I don't know.
I would totally
weird thing to ask.
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with
We can
that.
get Crystal in on this too.
Wait, in both quarters, and what are Tom and I doing?
We're not there.
I got a badass New Year's Eve party coming up, guys.
What, Tom and I are down at Gators Dockside waiting it out?
I can't wait to tell her, like, hey, Seth's inviting you to his New Year's Eve party to watch him fuck his girlfriend. You just have to stand in the corner.
He said you could right-click
I mean,
save
if
him.
you want to watch, if you want to watch Seth have sex, be my guest. Whatever.
Are you in your boss's office saying that?
Are you in the break room?
Whatever's usually you can do it, but I'm going to be mad at you for the next month.
Hey, and I'll leave you guys with this, babe. I don't want to waste your time, but I'll leave you guys with this. At Andrea's, her bosses had a big Christmas party. I had to go in the bathroom and splash water in my face and tighten the fuck up because I was.
Were you getting
To start slurring.
But then everybody comes to me on Monday and wants to hang out with you. They don't care about hanging out with me. They want to
Everybody wants to hang with the Mr. Party.
Is that the radio guy? Hang with the radio guy.
I want to hang out with your shit-faced drunk husband.
He was embarrassing himself so much. It was like live America's Funniest Home Videos.
He fell through the table.
I fell through a pinball machine, actually. I love you, babe.
I love you. Have fun.
Okay, bye. All right, they say I told you guys.
All right,
I'm allowed.
Summer trip.
Summer. So, yeah.
too hot.
No, Vegas is
dry.
It's dry.
It's a dry
It's
heat.
hot
dry
as
heat.
shit. I went there in July and I almost boiled to death.
It is pretty damn hot.
Yeah, that is the straight up middle of the desert.
And it's also all concrete, so you're getting the heat straight from the sun, and then it's coming right back up from the concrete. It's awful.
I know who lives there now. Tom Lawler lives there, so we can.
Oh, no shit.
in Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh,
His
man.
wife actually just got to my house. We're driving down to Miami. We got a wedding to go to this weekend. So.
When you're flying over Vegas, you look down and you're like, this place has no business being here. Like it's in the middle of the goddamn desert, like surrounded by
The
desert.
sad part of the houses, when you go up in the stratosphere and you look out, there's one side that looks awesome because it's all the lights and the great stuff. And then the opposite end is just all like subdivisions and everything's brown and gray and it's really sad.
No,
it's like gross kind of.
It went through a horrible recession back in the
Meth crazy.
2010. Yeah.
Breaking Bad out there.
I think Deltona was bad. Vegas got it real
crazy
bad.
What's going on with old Deltona?
I think it's chugging
Is it
along.
still there?
Yeah, it's still
We
there.
were just there.
Yeah.
We were in DeLand.
Oh, you're right.
That's
Damn
different.
it, I get both of those mixed up.
Yeah, no, DeLand is, oh my God,
Yeah.
light years. Deland has electricity.
So, Seth, have you heard the new Corey Feldman song that he covered?
No. He likes to dance with teens too.
My wife showed me this.
I gotta get this for you.
I don't dance with teens.
So we've talked about Corey Feldman a lot on the show.
We tried to book him, didn't we? And we were literally
we were
just
close.
one credit card payment away from doing it.
Really? I'll pitch in for that. I love Corey Feldman.
Well,
just for a picture.
It was only like $10,000, but the problem was what we were afraid of is that
everybody just knows that one song.
Yeah, like he'd play one song and then everybody'd be like, "This is weird," and then we'd be like, "Fuck, the $10,000."
Not worth it.
Speaking of like childhood heroes, I just made friends with one of my supreme childhood heroes.
Who?
What's his tattoo from?
Which one?
My tattoo. My
it's the Never-Ending Story?
Never-Ending Story.
Yep. Guess who wrote me on Instagram?
No.
And
Atreyu.
And personally gave me his phone number, and we've been literally
Wait,
texting.
are you getting catfish by child star?
Oh my
It's Catfish by Atreyu?
It's Noah Hathaway. He
Catfish Atreyu.
You just got catfish by Atreyu.
He sent me some stuff to prove it. That it's him.
Oh, what
What
he
did
said?
he send you?
A jar of his blood, or like
This is a
a
picture of
picture-
the
picture.
mole on my dick.
Sign
Like
picture.
Michael Jackson.
You don't Photoshop it.
you're going to be seeing this
I know, but
real close.
that's not to prove it, but I know it's.
Can I pack my shit in your
it's
nose?
A California number. Like we've been texting, talking about like stuff like that.
Hold on, how did it even come about?
Because his Instagram, I wrote the Childlike Empress asking for a signed autograph picture, and she sent it to me. And then I went to his Instagram. I was like, "Hey, I got a picture from her. I'd love one from you." And he's like, "Are you Seth Petrozelli?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm a huge fan. I watched you since the season of Ultimate Fighter." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, you got to be kidding me." I'm like, "You're my childhood hero. I watched this movie. It shaped my life." He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And we like, loved back and forth.
Never-Ending Story
For, like,
shape your life.
This is about a child.
I love the movie.
It's about a
I
child
just-
who never gave up on his dreams, and you do what you dream, Sam. And I do what I
alright.
dream every day of my life.
All right. Eat ass.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. Anyway, we've been texting. He's going to do a. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but he's
when
getting
the
an
horse got swallowed by the mud, it made me want to eat asshole the rest of my life. That doo-doo mud.
Now I am a muddied horse.
but look at like all my pictures on my Instagram. He comments on everything now.
All
saying,
right,
yeah,
I got it.
Look.
So
And
now you're friends with
now
Atreyu.
he's doing a documentary on his life, and he's going around the country training, and he's a huge martial arts fan. Like he's done kickboxing,
there you go.
MMA, stuff like that. So he's going around documenting his life and training MMA with his dog. And his dog's really cool, but he loves dogs. So he wants to go
This
to
almost sounds too good to be true, like it is a catfish.
No.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, as much as you're into dogs and martial arts and Atreyu, it's like
on
it's
his
all
Instagram.
lining up.
It's all on his Instagram.
Maybe you should marry him.
Now, Seth-
Because it sounds very too good to be true.
Well,
It's like a dream come true for you.
Yeah, but it's real. It's real.
Well, you haven't met him yet. So
No.
it's like 90%.
Seth,
Okay, Instagram is pretty good indication. It's only Instagram.
Video?
There's other. Yeah, there's tons of video of him talking.
No,
and
but
doing
like, and you,
is he the real Atreyu? 69.
what are you getting the same emails?
Yeah.
Now, my only.
Anyway, he wants to come to Orlando and train when he's around
Oh
this
my
area.
God, you're going to eat his butt.
The only skeptical.
I'll let him watch. Is it?
Well, wait a minute. That's my
Feelings.
corner. Get your own corner, Atreyu.
Now, no
I'm
offense.
jacketing this one.
No offense, Seth, but
Yeah.
like he is a big MMA fan. But
Yeah.
in the, I mean,
He's
there's
ripped.
there's
Yeah,
a
he's
lot
right. He
of
posts a lot of like shirtless stuff on.
there's
Got a
a
mohawk now. All right, Atreyu, I see you.
Link me. Email me the link. I want to see Atreyu.
There's been a lot of MMA fighters out there, like a lot throughout the past 10 years, a lot of names and stuff.
Yeah.
I am just a little skeptical that he was such a big fan of Seth Petrozelli.
I mean, he does look like he may have fallen off a little bit. I was just saying, slightly methy. It's like that.
how dare
like
you.
He's
That's
like
Seth's
cut,
best
but a little
friend.
methy.
Yeah.
What are you
'cause
doing?
He had a back injury.
He doesn't
from,
have a blue check, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he does. Well, he just got on Instagram.
I have a boot. Well, not on Instagram. I have it
He
on
just
Twitter.
got on. He had a back injury from the Never-Ending Story. Like he hurt his back riding the horse, and he's been like in and out of like stuff like that.
Oh, so he was a drug addict. He definitely has the drug addict look.
Yeah, well, because I think he
hurt his back drilling holes in Tom's gas grill.
So, anyway,
can we get him on the show as an interview?
I'm sure if he comes by. I mean, I'll ask him. Yeah.
Wait, did you get that tattoo because he has? Oh no, he posted your tattoo on his Instagram. Okay.
Yeah. I told you. He's like,
it's love. Did you say, hey, I got a good line for you if you really want to eat his butt? You say, hey, Atreyu, can I train you? Right?
Yeah.
Train?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, not like run a train.
Oh, that's what I thought you were doing.
No, like you want to train him in martial arts, right? You probably want to.
Yeah, I already told him that. I told him that I would help him out, do like teach us.
Then we got to get you healed up, or you're not going to be able to do
I'll show
it.
him some moves.
Oh, I bet. You're not going to be able to train him if we don't get you healed up.
A couple weeks. The doctor said a couple weeks. If it is what he says it is, I think it should be okay. I don't.
But you're the doctor now.
But
he's not even your doctor. You're his doctor.
Yeah, I know.
So going back to Corey Feldman,
I got the song ready.
He came out with a new song, and so this is what we're fascinated about. So okay. And Seth, you could weigh in on this. So we've talked about Corey Feldman a lot. He's come out with on the Today Show and all these the music he comes out with, and we've had this discussion before. This particular song, he's like, I'm super proud. It got maybe 100,000 downloads on Spotify or whatever. People are listening to it. He's like, oh, this is awesome. Now, when I heard it, I was like, does he have any idea that this is the worst shit anybody's ever heard at all?
And it's a tribute, which is what makes it so sad. It is a tribute song because it's the 30th anniversary of the film that he did with the other Corey Haim.
Yeah.
And it was Dream a Little Dream.
Oh, okay.
Which film?
Yeah, Dream a Little Dream.
So
they did a lot of films together.
He did a Dream a Little Dream cover. Everybody knows the song, and his interpretation or his version of
aggressive.
This. When you listen to it, we're going to play it, and I just want you to think in your mind, does he have any idea, or is he so nuts that he actually thinks it's good and then thinks everybody else doesn't know what they're talking about? Because I'm sure...
You think he's just trolling everybody, knowing that it's bad?
Yeah. Because does he have... He's like, oh, fuck it. This is a way to get out there because everybody's downloading it, obviously, to be what is this?
Yeah,
show... Yeah. Because it's not good, but I don't know if he knows.
Well, he does it with Mickey Thomas, who's the lead singer of Starship.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why he's doing that.
Yeah. Like, why would he even be involved?
And Mickey Thomas also is a good musician, So you would think, I'm not saying I'm the greatest musician. I'm certainly not, or I'd be, doing that right now. But at least I know that Mickey Thomas knows this is bad. That's my point.
Yeah, and he knows what's good. Obviously,
right.
He's
Starship has been around, forever, and they have a lot of mega hits. Like, he must know that this is bad. This was a favor.
Starship, we built the city?
Yeah.
I'm not going to...
Yeah.
So, I'll present to you, ladies and gentlemen, audio mental illness.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
That's Mickey Thomas, I think.
I mean, it was kind of good till he started singing.
That's the problem.
It reminded me of Nine Inch Nails.
Dream a little dream. Why has he become like a background singer in a Popeyes commercial or something?
Is he still dressed like MJ?
Yeah, he's
the
still
beat and the music sounds.
Yeah.
The beat and the music sound cool. It's industrial sound.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I dig that.
It's like
his voice going. Yeah.
It's Ministry meets the what was the Seabreeze Quartet.
Yeah.
Say nighty night and kiss me. Just hold me tight and tell me you miss me.
That part.
I'm alone and blue as can be. Dream a little dream of me. Yeah.
It's even in it's from a musician aspect. It's they're going out of key there.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
Yeah. So does he have any idea?
It's not It's not.
No.
It's not in the key it should be, and they're fucking it all up.
Now I
It's
feel kind of
terrible.
bad for him if he really thinks that's good. No,
Yeah, it's fucking.
I know. And I
feel
think
sorry
this
for him.
is what the world is fascinated about. I think
Yeah.
this is we're looking at it. We're like, is he? Because he's super proud of it. Like, hey, this had 100,000 Spotify downloads or whatever. And I'm like, who is around him? Does anybody tell? Like,
I'm going to just say one word to you.
Yeah.
Remy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no.
Remy could do better.
I
think a lot of people are asking the same question that you are about Corey Feldman.
It's just the lack of awareness, and then also you not listening to anybody around you, or maybe everybody around you is just telling you it's
But
good.
is it not about that? Is it about him just accomplishing what he wants to do?
It could be.
Because there are people that I know that are really bad at something that they do, but they continue to do it. Like most of the time, that'd be like golf. You know, it wouldn't be like putting out a song with Mickey Thomas from Starship to commemorate the death of Corey Haim or the 30th anniversary of Dream a Little Dream. But there are guys that I know that know they're bad at golf, but they continue to play it because they like to do it. Is that
It's
what
just
Corey
hobby.
Feldman is doing?
Is he just, putting this out and saying, well, I put it out there, I did something, which he did, and it's gotten, more hits than I could ever get.
I'm not the person from Starship. Why wouldn't they tell him that, no, this isn't good? Why don't you try it this way?
That's
another
exactly my
odd part of
question.
it.
Yeah, that's really odd. Why
And
wouldn't...
I think, honestly, I think if we were able to, maybe we can do this. I don't want to interview Corey Feldman about the song. I want to interview Mickey Thomas about the song and have him tell me. I mean, he probably would. Maybe they're like really good friends, and he's just doing it as a favor. But I bet you, Seth, I think you're right.
We did it as a joke. We laugh behind his back all day long.
Yeah, I think he's probably.
I don't know if he talks like that. But.
Or
I don't know. I see what you're doing.
Maybe Corey
I
Feldman.
don't think he's British, but
From in my mind, he is.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe
all rock stars
he
are
just
British.
invited him to the studio, and he showed up, and they're like, "Hey, can you sing?" And he did.
Well,
I
I think it's Corey doing the "Dream a Little Dream of Me," which is not in the right key.
He should have had auto-tune like all the rappers do, and just did the auto-tune version.
He usually does, I thought, but this time
I want to hear just a tad more because I think there is a guitar solo in here that's really bad.
Now it sounds like Christmas.
That's Mickey Thomas, right? Think so. The fuck? Here it is. This harkens back to when he was on, what was it? The
Today Show. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
God, that was fucking good, man. I remember watching that video so many times.
His Angels, right?
Oh, it's so good.
He married one of them, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then they were on that show. What is it, like Marriage Boot Camp?
Yeah.
And then Aaron Carter was on there too, and he's a fucking head case as well.
Oh, okay.
They need to collaborate.
Maybe-
Fuck Mickey Thomas. You need Aaron Carter, Corey Feldman, super group, and it's called Audio Mental Illness. Like you said.
Maybe we should all take something from this, and the fact that no matter what you do, you should be behind it and proud of it, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And because I feel like most people
smell it, right?
Yeah.
Double down.
Double
you're
down
like,
and go
this
with
is
it.
good. Or maybe you're like, I did this.
Ultimate confidence.
I'm going to
The Tom Van Way.
But even
There's definitely people that like that. I know there has to be like
There has to
huge
be.
fans.
What,
Yeah.
this song?
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
very, like Spotify gives you that little gauge of its popularity, and it's like a little dial.
Like
not
somewhere
good.
there's a 40-year-old man sliding in the DMs of Corey Feldman saying how much of a fan he is.
Oh, right.
I just
yeah.
might do that. No.
Yeah.
I have a good track record so far. I'll
Yeah,
just go
you
all
should
the 80s
try it.
stars.
Might as well.
Get a Corey Feldman tattoo, though.
I'll get a Lost Boys tattoo in a second. I love the Lost
All
Boys.
right, so you get a Lost Boys tattoo.
I'll get a Frog Brothers tattoo.
Hell yeah.
You do that,
Done.
and then you send it to Corey, and then now he's your new friend, and you can create an army of these like wash-up, mentally ill
80s child stars.
80s child stars that
They're fine.
will do your bidding,
you know what?
Or just watch me.
Corey
or
Feldman
they
has.
just watch you fuck or eat butt.
He's got what a lot of I've seen people on social media totally ignore all the haters, but like all they get is hate, but they have an ability to never acknowledge it or look at it. It's like it's almost like they're like, oh, all these haters, screw the haters, whatever, it doesn't matter, which is good for it's a good trait to have to be healthy, obviously, not to care about. But when it comes to if you're an artist or whatever you're doing, if so many people are saying something, I just feel like you have to at least be like, well, a percentage of these people have to be right and one. It's not just some trolls. It's everybody. But you can just look past it and just be like, it doesn't matter what every single hundreds, thousands of people think. Like, I'm moving past it. Like, good trait to have, but then I feel like it just solidifies you more crazy.
I think you're right.
But is it a good trait to have? Because there's no people can't get in with any constructive criticism. You're not growing at all. It's literally just this is fine. This is great.
I think they probably do. I think probably somebody's tried to give him constructive criticism, but I think he's more true to like that. Okay, thank you.
He's pretty hard-headed, yeah.
And I think he'd also be kind about it. I don't think he'd tell you to go fuck off if you gave him constructive criticism. He's just going to hold fast and say like, nah, I really want to do it this way. Yeah. And there are people that are like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of people that fail doing that. Like think of all the businesses where people come in and they say like, oh man, you should probably do it this way. Nah, we're doing it this way. And then they, they go at it. Well, you were jerking off in the back room.
Sure. No, we did actually really good.
But it just every time this happens, and I feel like most people are amazed that's why he gets so much attention every time he like goes on Today's Show or comes out with a new song. Because all of society's just like, is this a bit? Is this real? Is this a real thing? And we still...
it's a real thing.
I know it's real. That's why it's so good.
It's not a bit anymore.
Because...
does he have other songs, too, besides that?
Oh, he's all over Spotify. He does a song with Snoop Dogg.
Oh, God.
That is probably his biggest
Of all people,
hit.
I figured Snoop Dogg would like...
This is Go For It featuring Snoop Dogg.
Oh, this is great. This is the one he performed, wasn't it? Go for it.
Yeah, but this one has...
what genre of music is this?
Bad, I believe.
I think it'd be pop.
I think it's pop.
Get it.
All she wanna do is twerk.
Hit the club. Tell him.
I like this song. I don't give a fuck.
Got molested as a kid. It shake it to the left. I don't
Trying to beat you down. They put you on the ground. They leave you lying there. They're broken. Now they make it sound.
It's catchy, though.
Oh, that's actually good.
See, it's not bad. This one's good.
It's terrible, you guys.
I mean, it's horrible. I wouldn't listen to it, but if I listened to it, I wouldn't.
I mean, anybody can.
I wouldn't think
have
twice.
A beat.
It's fucking terrible.
It just shows you that anybody can
gotta
fucking
get
do
to the
music.
chorus,
That's
man.
the thing. That's what it shows me.
We'll do one chorus, then we'll get a break. How about that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
If it wasn't him singing it, this could be a hit on the radio.
Well, that's the problem. That's
a good song.
It's like,
Think about what you're saying.
If it wasn't for you, I would like your show. That's what we're saying.
Well, just the beat alone and stuff like that.
Yeah, the music's good. The chorus.
Oh, it's not good. It just passes for today's music, which is shit usually. So
yeah, but this
stuck in the 80s.
You found the old man in him.
come on, you can't tell me.
No, dig deep enough. He's down there under the gout. There's an old man down there. Buried somewhere. I'll find my way up here somewhere.
I like Taylor Swift.
I do too. Except that new Christmas song is straight fucking garbage.
I don't think I've heard the
My
Christmas
Heart
song.
is a Christmas Tree Farm.
No, I haven't heard
It doesn't
it.
make any sense. It's like, really?
I'm
Is it
gonna have to
really?
chop
Well,
all that trees
let
down.
me chop it all down.
Before we go to break, I want to see if Butler. Butler, did you see
He's asleep.
Butler
Did you
hasn't
see
said
my
one-
son?
Butler said one word.
Butler hasn't said a fucking word.
No, he hasn't.
My son's magic trick that my wife put on social media. Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Did you pay attention to it?
No, not really.
Okay, I want to do
He's
the Butler and
stoned.
see, because I'm not joking. It took me one go around before I figured it out.
All right, do you want me to throw this?
and
I can
I
throw
felt
this
like
on
the dumbest
camera real
person.
quick. Hold on.
So, all right, here we go.
What's happening?
Here, put all your 10 fingers out. All right. So here we go. Lean forward towards me so I can. You don't have to be a mic. All right. So here we go. Here, let me get on mic here. Okay. So, all right. Bend your fingers when I tell you to. All right. 1, 2. Skip these 3, 4. Bend that one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Got 11 fingers.
Oh.
This was anticlimactic.
Well, do you know what the trick is?
No.
He's too stoned to even know what the fuck you're doing.
He doesn't even know where he is
Why am I glad?
He thinks he's at a Corey Feldman concert.
He's still singing "Go For It" featuring Snoop Dogg.
I felt like an idiot when I didn't understand that. I was like, wait a minute.
It got me the first time too.
It got
me the first time too when your son did.
I'm glad. If everybody was like, oh, okay, you're an idiot.
I like that he looked at Butler like a child and he goes, "You got 11 fingers."
That's what my son did. And I was like, well, how do you do that? I know. But I didn't understand. I was like, wait a
Tommy
minute.
says to Tom, he's like, "You got 11 fingers," and you're like,
Wait, boiling them.
you can instantly get a bread knife.
Stab my hands.
Sawing one off.
All right. Let's take a break.
God, that's one of the funniest things ever.
What
Holy
was the
shit,
answer
that's
to
funny.
it?
What? Because
Seth doesn't know how to get it either.
Oh, see, me did.
Don't tell anybody. No, don't tell.
Oh, fuck that. You guys know.
well,
Tell him on the break.
My son was like, he's like 1, 2. He's like, skip these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
The 3.
Because he said skip
He
these
said
3. It's a
3.
mental trick. Yeah.
Oh, he mentally got me then.
See, if you don't know what's happening and you walk into that video, when I watched it, I was like, "How the fuck is he?" Because I'm waking up and he got me.
I'm tell Tommy like you're smarter than every single person I know.
No, please do. This is
your old man.
This is new music from a band called Northbound. The name of the song is Same Book. And we'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. 1-844-TOMNDAN if you'd like to call. show@tomandan.com if you would like to email. We will be right back.
Same book, same ending.
Oh, we got to talk about fairvilla.com. Our good friends that make the holiday season a little more fun, spicy,
Yeah.
naughty.
Great place to shop for Christmas that special person in your life.
A special someone.
Yeah, and they've got a range of all types of things. I mean, you want extreme, they got it.
Yeah.
And you want some massage oils, some books.
You can do a take it easy, or you can do like, "Oh, give it to me, big daddy." What do you want? What
Everything.
do you want?
You can visit Fairvilla Boutique, their Space Coast sexiest store located right there on North Atlantic Avenue on the coast. They've got multiple locations. You can go to fairvilla.com. Of course, OBT, their Fairvilla Megastore, the Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee.
Yeah, you can go to their website to get everything, fairvilla.com, but you owe it to yourself to at least stop in and see the difference. And what I mean by the difference is it looks amazing and the staff is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They'll walk you through whatever you need. There's no intimidation. It's not weird at all. I know we joke around about it in here, but honestly, guys, you got to go in. Once you go in and see the difference between going into a true professional health and wellness store,
Yes.
it will change your life, because let's be honest, when you're doing it, you're healthier.
Yeah,
it's just a fact.
And like I said, all the Key West, one there in iDrive.
Yep.
So again, fairvilla.com. They're a proud sponsor of the show, and me and Daniel like all the products.
I'll leave you with this. Put it in your butt.
Try the wedge.
Scumbags, what's going on? It is Sam and Trav with your BDM clip of the week, Sam.
And Trav.
This week on the BDM show, we had a bit of a chatting with the masters.
Oh, yeah.
We had Carmen Morales in studio.
Back in town from Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, let's check out this clip.
For a guy like Andrew Schultz. Have you guys had Schultze on?
No, I don't think so.
Andrew Schultz is great, but again, he's another one that probably wouldn't even need to promote because he's built his own shit. But he had kind of a same startup as you guys. He was on a radio show, and he parted ways, and he started his own podcast, and he took some of those people with him. And like what he's done with YouTube is like he's selling out theaters.
Jeez, wow.
Just from fucking YouTube. Just from him putting out clips constantly, being consistent with all that shit. Like, he's like, he like is a legitimate dude that built it from the ground up. But to be fair, cause he always goes on, he's like, anybody can do this. And I'm like, but to be fair, you started with like 50,000 people.
Yeah.
That is a very big start.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
to exponentially grow 50,000 into millions is a lot easier than to start with 5 or a couple hundred. You know, like that's real hard.
So that's the only thing where it's like a little bit easier but the work from then up, it does not change. Like, he is constantly, and I give him all the like, he's fucking rat, you know. But he's another one where, because he figured out that there's a market with everybody going like towards being more PC. He went the opposite way and was like, he leaned into he's like, I'm just a fucking white dude. I'm a cis white male. This is what I fucking think. Da da da. And he's not even as severe as that even sounds like. He's not a Trump or Republican. Da da da. But it's just the idea that you're allowed to be a white dude and you're not a bad guy. That there's so many fucking white dudes that want to hear that it's okay for them that they're not bad.
Man,
so
you bring up a good point, because finding an audience that wants to hear the voice of themselves is pretty powerful thing. Like, I feel like ICP did it back in the day. Like, a bunch of they're like, hey, there's a bunch of white trash youth out there
that don't fit in,
that have a shitty life and that needs to get out some anger, and they want to be part of a family.
They took the inner city, like, urban, angst that was involved in, like, traditional rap, and they're like, hey, these white trash kids with their shaved ponytails that work at Hooters flopping wings.
Yeah, I used to make out with Spike. I know who you're talking about.
You could straight up, like, just do rap for those guys and be huge megastars.
Man, she is such a pro. You guys went on for quite a while. I could listen to you guys and her talk for hours.
Yeah, she told us a lot of behind the scenes. She works the door at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. To hear the rest of this interview, you need to sign up to become a BDM
at tomanddan.com.
Looks like a lot of children will be disappointed this year because I'm staying at this party.
That is Piebald. Piebald presents a present to you, a musical Christmas. That's called Rage with My Friends. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Oops, sorry. That shouldn't have happened.
I am Tom. Samantha's here. Butler's here, about to do the toast. And Seth Petrozelli is going to do the news coming up soon. But first, let's get the toast out of the way.
All right.
What do we got today, brother?
All right, we all set? Pour the coffee, make the tea. Holiday party is tomorrow. Squirt is still pee. Dribble, dribble, drop, drop. 90210.
All right. Cheers.
Jesus Christ. Ciao.
Charles.
I never believed that it was pee until I got a squirter. It's pee.
That's really
It's
good.
definitely
Tasted
pee.
it?
Definitely pee.
Let me ask you guys a quick question before we do the news. I saw some story about LeBron James' son. He's like the most famous high school basketball player right now, obviously, being LeBron James'
And is he good?
I think he's good. I don't know too much about it, but a story came out recently about LeBron's like track for him to get to the NBA. Obviously, that's the plan. I don't know if he's good enough to get there, but he obviously has a head up, like, an advantage over the competition. Being LeBron James' son.
I would imagine so. Yes.
So let me ask you guys this. In my experience in life, a lot of times that I've seen people that their family business and their dad like owned the business and then wanted their sons or daughters to follow in his footsteps and like just take over. There's always a pushback or a rebellion against it. Like initially, sometimes they end up just eventually being in there after they go out into the world and do their shit in their 20s or whatever, and then they end up settling back into their parents' business or whatever.
Right.
But it never works out where the person, at least in my experience, and like friends and family and just like, living, where the person their whole life are like, all right, I'm going to just get into the family business and then do whatever my old man says, and then I'll be the head.
I only have one friend that ever did that.
Yeah. It seems like there's a pushback always. And is it because like people don't want their lives planned out for them? Like they feel like they're trapped? Like, is it like, because in life, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen next. Especially like you graduate high school, you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. And when someone like, all right, this is what you should do. Here's the perfect track for you to be, successful. Like, I'll write it down for you. You need to do this, and you'll be a millionaire and be perfect. Like, and then I feel like that's a jail for some people. They're like,
because everyone's different. Not everyone wants to grow up and do what their parents
but
did.
they're idiots. They should.
Well, you also
if you think about it,
they want to live their own life.
Because if you want to be successful, then just follow exactly what's planned out for you. Just do it.
I think
you can be successful without that.
I think it depends on you guys are missing something. I think you're missing on how the atmosphere and how the person took it, how that shapes it. And what I mean by that is, like, for my dad, I saw all of the bitching and the hard work that he did being an over-the-road salesperson. I never wanted to do that because the environment that he presented to me was a negative one. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, he didn't want you to do it either, right?
No, he didn't want me to do it either. But had they made it easy for him, and he was very good at it, but had it been an easy job for him, or easier, had they made it easier for him, maybe my opinion of it would be a little bit more, maybe I'll try it.
Beneficial.
Because I probably would be good at it because there are traits that he had in sales that I know I have.
Yeah.
But
people person, good at talking.
But it always was kind of painted in a negative light. And I feel like that would be the same way for, like, LeBron probably really loves the game and everything. In fact, Norm in our chat room said that LeBron wants to eventually play on the same team as his son. He wants it to be where he can stay in the league long enough so his son makes it and then they play.
Yeah. I don't know if that would have happened, but
that'd be kind of cool.
It would be
weird.
Cool.
Really weird.
But for LeBron's son, like, that's either you're down with your old man's plan or you're going to rebel and do your own thing. Now, in this situation, obviously, in the professional basketball world, like, I would imagine that, he's probably going to do what his dad says because his dad is basically the head of the NBA, the most popular basketball star.
The guy.
So, but in normal business, like when your family owns a company and they say, hey, here's the track. You'll start after college in the company. You'll work in management for and then soon you'll take over.
It's not really fair to the kid, though.
Yeah.
You're putting this pressure on them to keep this business going when maybe they don't even want to do that.
True, but as the adult, probably you're thinking, well, I'm giving my son the opportunity to have a for sure thing, and you could be making what I do. So for the adult, I'm sure he's like, just do this.
Yeah, I'm sure they think it's for their best interest.
And then the kid is always going to be like, I want to be my own person.
Yeah, but the kid should think logically and be like, you know what, statistically, I probably won't be as successful as my dad created this business, and I could even make it better once I take over. So they should be smart and just
because in every case in real life,
what happened to following your dreams, Seth?
Well,
you just had a whole fucking speech about it.
He can do it as much as he wants with all the money that he's got. He can do as many dreams as he wants. Just
you can't follow your dream when you got to run this business.
I'm sure you fucking can.
Also, dreams are somewhat absurd sometimes, and you're like, most people are never going to get to where they dream of getting.
Yeah, like living on a sailboat.
Did anybody here get to where they actually dreamt of getting to?
I did.
You were like, this is your dream?
Yeah, my dream was
dream small.
Dream small, you won't get disappointed.
No, I wanted to work for a radio station. I was able to accomplish that. That's absolutely what I wanted to do as a kid. To be a DJ, I mean, like that.
But I'm talking
exactly
about the pinnacle, ultimate dream. Like Seth wanted.
No, this is like my fourth fallback. When I'm
I don't think.
What was your ultimate dream?
I don't think I had a dream higher.
To be a ninja assassin.
Okay, well, we're talking about real life here.
Damn cartoon dream.
Well, you've been murdering buttholes.
I mean, I got it in a roundabout way. I mean, I was a martial artist.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Have you
knocked people out?
Do you know any ninjas?
Do I know ninjas? I'm trying to think if I actually.
Goddamn question is that? Know any ninjas?
Well, no, because
if any of our friends would fucking know a ninja, it'd be sad.
Yeah,
I mean, is there even technically a ninja right now? Like, someone could be like, I am by definition a ninja. What does that even mean?
I mean, ninja is just like an undercover, a martial artist that
has
a ninja mask. An assassin stealing for money.
So fucking, I could be a ninja trying to put on the suit.
I mean, today's days it would be like a hired assassin. Would be.
I want to know if there are any real ninjas. Look that up, Sam.
I mean, there's the Twitch guy ninja. Right?
No, that doesn't count. But there are real samurais. There are real samurais now, right?
Well, samurai lineage, there's still samurai lineage.
But there's guys that like still practice the
art of samurai.
So they would be considered a real samurai.
Aido and of course.
I think to be a real samurai, you'd have to be born
into it.
Yeah, and it would have to be the time frame when they use samurais.
But I'm sure there are guys that still consider themselves samurais, right?
Well, based on training, maybe
you could adhere to the code of the samurai, which is Bushido, and like you could say you're samurai because of that, I guess. But like,
I love Bushido. I always order it as an
Bushido.
appetizer.
That's Bushido right there. That's what it means.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, it means Bushido. It's a code of the samurai.
I like it.
So
yeah, I'm a samurai too.
So Seth,
oh wait, Juan's checking. It says there is no longer a shogunate.
Shogunate.
Shogunate. So you can't be a samurai. I don't even know what that fucking means.
It's like the head. It's a head of all the samurai clans.
So there's no
Shogun. Yeah.
So it all fell apart.
Well, they dismantled the samurai after what was the year 1800 or something like that. It was illegal to be a samurai.
When Tom Cruise was
they cut their top knots off. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I remember
that. That was realistic.
The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai. Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie. It got a lot of heat, but I liked it.
well,
Yeah, people hate
Cultural
it.
appropriation.
why is this white dude even here involved with this?
Because he was in a war and got captured. That's the stupidest thing ever.
I know, but
right?
Tom Cruise is ridiculous.
You wouldn't get an Asian to play Tom Cruise, would you? Is it gone that far now?
No. I just mean, there's other actors maybe more believable. Did that actually happen? I don't know. Let's do some news.
All right.
Oh wait.
Attack, but the Russian won't call him back, and we all forgot about that fight. Just more proof alone you're gonna die. From fighting in the UFC to reading news to you and me, you could say he wears a lot of hats, but we'll just focus on his eyes. So hippo people, get on your hooves and put them together for you know who. As if you narcs don't have a clue. It's Seth Petrozelli with your douche bro news. It's Seth Petrozelli with your douche bro news. Narcs.
Douche Bro News.
Seth's News brought to you by Tank America, where we just went out doing that tactical laser tag. We did it Thursday. If you want to listen to the ACT, we actually
Seth bailed on us.
Wow, he's injured.
Well, Wednesday.
It wasn't only that, but I totally forgot about my graduation ceremony, like my Christmas party at my gym.
Yeah,
so it was a huge graduation Christmas party that I could not be there for. I was the owner.
Of course.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Trust me, I didn't want to. My business partner's like, yeah, you should probably be there. I'm like, oh, I got this radio thing. He's like, yeah, well, promoting a lot of people.
I'm going to this with these goofballs to play some tactical laser tag.
No, I'd rather
now
laser tag.
we recorded it actually while we were playing, and it's Thursday's ACT if you want to listen. But
that's tonight.
It was no, I think it was Thursdays.
It was last night.
Yeah, it was last night.
Right, you're right.
It was last night.
And it's only $20, and it is a really good time. Like if you want to go out there with a bunch of friends or get a Christmas present for your kids that are into this, I mean, it's real, basically replica weapons with CO2 in the actual magazines. Like so, it's
realistic recoil.
It's pretty goddamn realistic.
That's pretty fucking.
Because the ones that I play, like on the other spot, it was just like
no.
I'm pointing over here and it gets the guy.
No, this is like as real as it gets.
You're in a Middle Eastern bazaar. It's pretty dope. Yeah.
Fucking exhausting.
Listen, if you want to listen to Thursday's ACT, you'll hear all about it. But go to tankamerica.com and check it out for yourself.
Yep.
All right, I'm sure you guys probably have heard about this story because it's local, but it went national news. 2 women were told that they could not enter a strip club without a man.
Oh, that's been a rule before. I've heard of this.
Yeah.
Sparking a constitutional battle in Florida. When Brittany Smith and Anita Yanes headed to the strip club, they didn't anticipate that they would end up challenging Florida's constitution. This was back in February 2018. The two friends made plans for a fun girls' night out at Rachel's Orlando, which who doesn't like a fun girls' night out in Rachel's? It's an adult establishment near Orlando. But Smith had never been to the strip club without a male companion, and she was in for a surprise. When the 2 women arrived, they were informed that they wouldn't be allowed to enter without a man, the lawsuit says. Manager explained that the policy was intended to discourage prostitution and that unaccompanied women might take men's attention off the strippers. Plus, there was risk of the women of women that would come in looking for their husbands and cause drama.
Okay, hold on.
That is the reason for
both of those reasons. Sound kind of like
well, the
legit?
first reason is ridiculous. The second reason is
well, no, I mean,
what's the first reason?
If guys are going there and there's single
it's
ladies
distracting
roaming
from
around,
the strippers.
Yeah, because
so just a random girl fully clothed walking in is going to make you be like, oh my god, let me look at her instead of the lady that's naked on stage.
But it is somebody you can hit on and leave,
in real life,
and their job is to keep people in there.
Yeah.
So I kind of agree with it.
Well, women like to look at naked women too.
Not all of them.
Well, then you wouldn't be going to a strip club if you didn't.
You might need a drink, and you're at the Bob Evans, and you just want to walk across the street and go to Rachel's and get a drink. You don't.
I
care
don't even think they serve alcohol at Rachel's.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they do.
They definitely do.
Okay.
And they serve
Craft beer, too.
They serve buffets at
Yeah,
Rachel's.
I know they serve food.
Both of those sound like I'm not saying they're the best, but if I were an owner, I can see both of those reasons being true.
I've never heard of that rule.
Yeah, it's been a thing.
Yeah, it's been a thing for a long time,
and
man.
the other reason is like if she's going to start drama, then bounce her out. That's why you have fucking bouncers.
Yeah, but there's probably
It's discriminatory. There's lesbians that want to go there. There's women that just want to go to a strip club and see women dance.
But a private
it's not
establishment
fair.
has the right to refuse anybody that they want. It's a business. I could say no.
But not
redheads
from
allowed at my gym.
But if gender
redheads.
Oh, there's a butthead.
Because you can as an establishment you have the right to basically turn away anybody you want, but it can't be based on like race. I think religion, like
gender.
There's discrimination rules, and so gender is one of them.
Yeah.
Which it makes me think: how did they have this rule for so long and no one challenge it if it's literally against the law to discriminate, gender-wise. Although now you can
is it wrong? Yes, but
can you do a night though? Like when they do like a night that's just for
ladies only.
Yeah, because they've done ladies only stuff before. Can you challenge that too, or no?
Well, it's.
Can I say I want to challenge that because
It's just
you're
one of those stupid ass old laws that just went on for fucking years and years,
and until someone finally questioned it.
Someone's like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, I think,
and then took it to the level of actually suing them for it. It's just odd. Now I understand that
it is odd.
They don't want your old lady like, "Where's my," then busting in there, and then
I could see that happening. I could see like
swatting you
like,
with the.
You don't think that if we're up there at Rachel's, we've been there for a long time. Andrea and Krista are calling our phones over and over. You don't think they'd pile in,
No, I know
that. Into your truck and they're drunk because we're in the WRX because we were trying to pick up chicks and we want to go fast. and they
grab the rolling
pull
pins.
in there and then they, of course, Andrea, she'd go there, 2 please, and she'd get the thing and they're going in there like they're just having fun. And as soon as they get in there, they're fucking tearing the place apart.
Looking for us, they're screaming.
Oh no, they'd see us. We're over there. I'm getting prime rib. They're freaking the fuck out, screaming.
I'm in the back. I'm already getting the champagne room pants.
You literally have your pants down, your jacket.
That's against the rules at Rachel's. It's a high class establishment. So
when we got them on the hook for a client,
they
don't talk about it.
So now it's just in the court system.
Yeah, it's in the court system. But I want to ask Sam something. You said that it's discriminatory to women, right?
Yeah.
So you don't find you don't see the double standard in me not being able to go to a Curves and join a Curves.
What's Curves?
It's a women-only gym. Like, guys aren't allowed there.
Oh, well, yeah,
For
I agree with you.
Spinnies. Okay, good.
Damn it. We're not going to outwit Samantha.
No.
I go to Curves.
But seriously, why is that not
my
a
wig
thing?
off.
It's a double standard with everything. Like, guys aren't allowed to do a lot of things in girls-only type
Well, I think it's a thing of
it's not
it's
girls
a little different
only.
because you can find any gym you can join.
You can
besides
find
Curves.
there's male reviews everywhere that girls
But
can
we're
go
not
to.
wanting a male review. We want to go see women.
Tell them to tuck
So
their
that's
dick between their
different.
legs.
Oh,
Now,
wow, okay.
If you were in male reviews, you're allowed to go if you're just guys, right? I'm sure.
I don't
Gay
know.
guys go to male reviews all the time.
I think guys are allowed to go.
You're allowed to, but
I think for sure you're allowed to go in a group of guys. So with it's just. It's weird in the fact that, I understand their point. Like, they don't want, to hurt their business.
Yeah, from the
they don't
business
want
standpoint,
prostitutes.
I see it.
But they are
going
hurting
in
their business as well. I mean, that's 50% of the population
that's
that
what
could
I'm
be
saying.
making money from. Which I get. I
They're
see both.
losing money.
I see both sides. I really do.
I'm just like, if there's an issue, kick the woman out. But don't just deny access to all females.
Well, unless you're accompanied by a male.
What is this, Handmaid's Tale? I gotta walk in with a fucking watch.
Like I said, I've never heard of it.
I can remember being, I want to say Dollhouse. I don't think Dollhouse is there anymore, but I want to say at Dollhouse, I remember seeing that rule because I remember we went as a group one time and we had more girls than guys, and there was a problem. Now, we eventually worked it out and got inside, but it was like it needed to be like girl, guy, girl, guy. You know what I mean? Like it needed to be that way. And I could remember that being a problem. It is bizarre, but it was one of those things that's always been the case, and I've never questioned it.
I'm sure it'll change now. The people start talking about it, and then strip clubs.
When are we going to get the strip clubs that are just for women and it's women?
Like, what do you mean, just for women? Well, most... I feel like the majority of women don't want that.
There's got to be one, though, right? I agree with you, but there's got to be one, right?
Just for women only?
Yeah, you think so?
Probably not.
I doubt it.
Not in the United States. There's not one strip club that's woman only. What women are the dancers?
I definitely think there's at least one. And it's
right?
probably in Nevada.
Yeah, I would like to think that there's one, or a very progressive city that maybe has a high concentration of lesbians.
I'm not saying all women don't want that, but if the majority did, there would be the business for it. Like that's what tells me. Like the capitalism will tell you what people want, because if there's a demand for it, someone's going to make money doing it.
When's the last time you went to a strip club with me and you?
With you, yeah. I haven't been a long.
When's the last time you went to a strip club?
A month ago, maybe.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed. Travis, when's the last time you went?
Guys, been years, probably 6 years, and it was in Mexico.
And Sam's never
been.
Well,
I need a male escort.
I still think we need to take you.
I'll protect you and go and take you.
Protect me. I'm not thinking I'm going to get in a fight.
My God.
Next story.
You can catch all the STDs for me.
Okay, I hate Sprint. This is not, my stuff's not loading, so I don't know what's going on.
What happened to you writing out your news?
Oh my God, your phone's got the gout.
I don't get paid enough to write. All right, but I did this story just to create a conversation with, as far as Waze launched an awesome new feature that Google Maps should totally steal. Do you guys use Waze or Google Maps? You do?
I use Waze all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cookie Monster's my narrator.
Yeah, I like it because it gives me gives me suggested routes and will find accidents.
Google Maps does that too.
Yeah, but
and accidents, Google Maps does that too.
Does it? I mean, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Google. Okay,
I haven't done Google as much anymore.
One of Google Maps trends of 2019 was for Google to bring features from its second best navigation app. I didn't know Google owned Waze.
Oh, they bought it right when it started getting hot.
I didn't know that.
We'll buy this.
Didn't know that either.
So one of the features was to bring some of the features from its second best navigation app to its top navigation app. Wave's beloved crowdsourced incident reports have slowly made their way to Google Maps. So they just added
same shit.
It is the same thing. So they just added my last trip a week ago. They added fucking cops, so that it shows you where there's road traps and stuff like that.
So
which is awesome.
Peer-to-peer sharing,
Yes.
They all
Waze has always had that. That's why I used it.
There's something on the road. There's the cops.
But I just never used Waze because I didn't think there was enough people doing it. But Google Maps is huge, so I just
that's cool.
But anyway, they just brought over
back.
the Waze brand. They have a new type of incident report that Google Maps should totally swipe, which they probably are. And it's not loading all the way. But what it was Waze will show you actual, which doesn't matter for us, but snow conditions and hazardous road conditions and real life timing,
weather and everything,
like that too now. So literally, it's everything, which is awesome.
They had to have had an effect on the amount of tickets that the police.
I think this all the time when I see police reported ahead and my phone says that.
Yeah,
and
it'll do it even if I'm not on a route. You know, if Waze is open, it'll just come through your speakers and tell you. Yeah. And it's kind of freaky at first, but once you get used to it, and it's 90% accurate. Yeah. When it goes off, chances are there's a cop somewhere near me, and I do slow down.
Well, because
I straighten up and fly right.
It's peer-to-peer, so someone else is reporting that. So it's at least as trustworthy as someone telling you that it is. And why, I guess you can go on there and just start reporting cops that are not there, but it'll be a waste of time.
Oh, yeah, I did the whole way down. I saw a cop. I did it. I was like, "Oh, this is awesome."
Yeah, but when people though, have you ever given it a thumbs up?
To confirm. Yeah,
to confirm.
No,
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
Red light cameras, it'll do too, and you're supposed to either say "not there" or "thanks." Gives you the options.
Or vehicle stopped on shoulder.
Yeah,
I would be interested to. I bet there's some sort of statistics about how many tickets the cops have written in years. It's got to be getting lower, right?
Lower, I guess.
Yeah. Because if you now know, also the radars and the radar detectors business, that's probably going to take a hit from this, right? When everybody's using Waze and Google Maps. this is going to definitely take a hit on county and states.
Well, they got me a month ago for about $300 or so.
For what?
A speeding ticket?
I was going like 90 something.
Well, it's interesting how this happens, like, because in the state of Virginia, radar detectors are illegal. And so where this would be in place of like a radar detector, like I'm curious how that makes it.
But it's not detecting radar.
It's not really detecting radars, but it's kind of doing the same thing though.
It is, but you can't outlaw it because it's like peer-to-peer sharing. Like, hey, they're sharing information. So I wonder.
I used to flash my lights, like whenever you pass thing.
They'll get you for that.
Yeah, I know.
This is a pretty crazy.
Well, it's not actually illegal, but they will pull you over and then fuck with you.
They'll write you a ticket for some other bullshit.
Yeah. I guess flashing of brights is technically like
they'll call it like a safety hazard.
Yeah, it's like misuse of your automobile's electronics or something. I Googled has Waze reduce tickets just to see if anything just like conveniently would pop up. The funny thing is, I found an article from like 2015 that's kind of interesting where it says law enforcement organizations like the National Sheriff's Association, Fraternal Order of Police, and the LAPD kind of hate Waze because they said I can think of 100 ways that it could present an officer safety issue, said FOP Director Jim Pascoe. There's no control over who uses it. So if you're a criminal and you want to rob a bank, hypothetically, you could use Waze. Or if you're a criminal who wants to stalk an officer with intent to harm.
How?
Because people are reporting where the cop's at, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not like they're giving out badge numbers.
I feel like that's a real weak display.
That's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
He wanted to scream, "You're fucking with our quota."
Yeah.
And that was the only thing he can come up with because that's bullshit.
It can harm us. No, it can't.
You're fucking with our bottom line because this is how we write tickets. We tax the public. That's the secret.
Apparently, police do not like Waze at all, and some cities don't like Waze either. There's another article that says why some cities don't want you to use it.
You know what has caused a problem is through residential streets and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's exactly what this article's saying.
And in fact, you could report to Waze that your street is being used as a cut through, and they'll actually change it.
Yeah.
Like they'll go to their software and then make your street not a cut through and make it so.
My neighborhood's a cut through, but that's just from years of people knowing because it's right by the 528.
You gotta live in that shit
it's not going to
area.
matter that it's on Waze. People just know it's a cut through. It's not fucking illegal to cut through unless it has like no through traffic or whatever.
You're right, but in like
you got to put up the turtle with the flag.
Pays to live in a gated community, doesn't it?
It's
slow children at play.
It's just going to tell you the fastest route. So if it is like some sort of back,
Waze does always take you through some back neighborhoods. You're like, where the fuck am I? I'm on brick roads and shit.
It's weird as hell.
Yeah.
Like there's one going out to like UCF area where I swear to God, I think I cut through like old farmer's pea patch. I'm going through the hills and then down a dirt road, and then I turn, and then there's deer everywhere, and then I come out and I
I'm always worried. I'm like, is my Waze getting hacked by some kind of serial killer? Because I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Then I just launch over the creek, and boom, and there I am, Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Or crazy. Or you're following Waze or Google Maps, and then you look up, and you're like, lock the door. It took.
That happens to me over by Camping World sometimes. I'm like, thanks a lot, Waze.
You felt train traction. You're like, what is this? Oh,
wow, Waze. What am I?
By the way, like
fucking Paramore.
Can you make my doors not make the noise? Can they just lock without going? Go!
You need a precision door for your car door.
Yeah, seriously, it's like you're in a bad neighborhood. Your car's surrounded. Let's just.
Who gives a shit? I'm locking the doors.
Precision door came out. Fix my
and they
garages.
know you're locking your doors.
Oh, you use precision?
Yeah, they did. They did my garage.
And by I mean criminals.
Does anybody use Apple? Like Apple has its own. It sucks.
It's terrible.
Why is it so bad? I mean, Apple's.
I think they bailed on it.
Yeah, I think when they added Waze to CarPlay, I felt like they were giving up. Because they added Google to CarPlay, and then they held out on Waze for a very long time, and then I guess since Google acquired them, they're like, well, fuck, we might as well put it on there.
Is it even worth companies like once one particular program has become like the go-to for everybody or for the majority? It's not even worth.
It's always worse to be like the Yahoo.com, right? They're still making money.
Well,
right?
if you can do it and do it better, then sure. But if you're just going to have the exact same fucking product.
You're just getting the people that don't want the main. I don't know. I feel like people don't want they want to be off the beaten path, so you're going to make money from it, just not as much as the main guy. And you got to be okay with it.
Everybody here's a Google person.
Yeah.
What do you mean as far as what?
Bing?
Yeah, like when you do a search.
Yeah.
So that's like the standard now. I remember when there were holdouts.
Jeeves.
You had the Ask Jeeves, you had the Bing,
Web crawler.
Yeah,
Yahoo.
You had the Yahoo.
Mozilla.
Yahoo would be second, right?
Yeah, I think
Firefox.
There's the Google.
Booble.
They kind of
came out.
They kind of took the
Did you
big.
say Booble?
They were like the big dog. And then what happened to
It's a good
Google
one,
Earth? I don't see as many people Google Earthing anymore. Was that burned hot, didn't it?
I think it was just a novelty at first. Where
what
you're
the
like,
hell's
oh
the
my
point of
god,
Just to see Earth.
Just you could see the world a little bit. You know, go over there and look at the Sphinx a little bit, and then come back and look at the White
You get a
House.
satellite view of your house.
Yeah, look at the maps.
Stuff like that, yeah.
It's so pixelated. What the shit?
But like once you look
They
at your
made them
house,
better. They made them 3D now. Yeah, it's a little better.
you look at your house and the old car you used to drive, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, that's about
It's
enough.
the same.
I got nothing after
It was
this.
like the old house. It was like 15 years ago house. I don't know how they got a
It's
picture
the
of that.
same thing you do on Zillow when you get an account. You go, you search your house, you look at it, then you search all your friends' houses, and then you yell to your wife, "Ours is worth more." Everybody knows that. It's the same reason you go on Facebook
You
to
see
look
your
at your
friend mowing their lawn.
ex-girlfriend's tits.
Like,
Yeah,
My house looks like shit on there.
Oh, really?
It's the before picture.
No,
Before I
no
started.
mural.
Before no mural. Oh, it was before the mural.
Hey, you've been doing photo shoots in your backyard with anime characters?
What?
Maybe.
Hold on, what is this?
You didn't know about that? You don't follow him on Instagram, do you?
No, I do.
I'm
but-
scrolling
Atreyu
through.
does.
I'm taking a massive diarrhea one morning, and I'm just scrolling through, and then
He's stalking
I
you.
see a mural. No, it came up in my feed, and I see a hot girl dressed like a Pikachu with a mural, and I'm like, that fucking looks like the wave that I forget the famous
The
artist.
Great Wave of Kanagawa.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I know that. I was like, hey, Seth has that. I'm gonna screenshot this and send it to Seth. And then I looked down, I'm like, fuck, it is Seth, and it's his backyard being used for like a sexy photo shoot.
Hey, do you have furries at your house?
No, it's one of my students. So no.
They needed like a.
She's a really sweet girl.
She is. Her costuming was great. The mural was great. Am I not supposed to talk about this? I'm sorry.
No, you
man.
can. I don't give a shit.
So
No,
someone-
it's out on the internet. It's
Here, I'll show Tom. I want to see what he says.
So one of your students wants to do sexy photo shoot and it's inside your house. I feel like
I'm gonna
this
say
is
no.
the,
I'm a nice person.
I feel like this is crossing the line here. I'm your teacher.
I'm gonna
When
show
you
you.
write it down, the phrase sounds.
It sounds bad. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yabba dabba.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Were you looking at your blinds?
Oh, there's a lot of photo, and then
Were
like
you out there swimming?
Oh, there's
No,
another.
I was cooking in my kitchen.
Oh, there you were. What does that mean? What is that code for?
Their teaser out.
Like, who's looking at the mail slot?
Cooking up a batch of my favorite clam chowder.
All right, want to do another story?
Yeah, I did this story because we might talk a lot about this once I did this last. Because yesterday on a Gentleman's Guide, I heard you guys talking about gift giving and for Christmas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you guys impressed that I actually listened?
Yeah,
to
I was
the
about to
shows?
say, like, he
I
was
was waiting
listening
for
to
it. I was waiting
So
for it.
you're the guy.
You know, I signed up on Twitch and everything like that too. I'm like all about it.
Yeah, he jumps in there.
You had nothing else to do?
Howard Stern was rerun, so.
No sexy photo shoots?
All right, the best gifts to give someone according to their love language.
All right.
That's important. Love language is huge to me.
Yeah.
Like, I realized in my later years and all the relationships I had, love language is a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no better excuse to shower loved ones with gifts than being in mid the holiday season. But while one family member may love receiving a buzzy product, like a high-tech makeup mirror, I don't know how you say that. Other friend might rather have the opportunity to spend time together on a new experience, like cooking a class or something like that. Gift preferences often have to do with love language types, a concept created by Gary Chapman, author of The 5 Love Languages. which is a
Hi,
famous
I'm
book.
Gary Chapman.
So, what I wanted to do was to ask each one of you guys, do you guys know what your love language is?
I don't know exactly what that means.
What? You don't know the 5 love languages?
No. Explain to them.
Physical. Okay, so it's whatever you enjoy, whatever way you feel love the most. Like, do you enjoy physical touch? Is that how you like to show?
I've mentioned I've mentioned this to you before about how I think you and Crystal have a very interesting love language.
So there's physical touch, words of
yelling,
words of
old bitch.
Hold on. Listen.
Settle down.
Let's psychologist that talk. Words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, and acts of service?
I'm definitely receiving gifts and acts of service. I like blowjobs and money.
I'm huge on acts of service to me. Like if somebody like takes my glass and goes fills it up with water for me, or like takes my plate after I'm done like eating or something like that.
So a servant.
That's an acts of service. That's the fucking point of the fucking thing.
You know what? I
like that. That's the way that I showed love. I like that.
I'll forget every night I go to bed with a massive Yeti cup filled to the brim with just pure vodka. No, it's the RO water. I'm back to still water at night. Like I'm even off the bubbly and all of that. It's just like I'm just drinking straight water, and it's my favorite thing at night. Like I look forward to it. And if I forget it, it does, to go along with Seth, and maybe this has something to do because there are some similarities between us. When Andrea She'll goes, "Oh, I brought your cup up," and I can hear it coming up the stairs, and I get super happy about it. It's
nice,
like I know that's such a tiny little fucking thing that Tom wants. I'm looking into his eyes. He wants to beat me up right now.
That's
but
huge.
I'm saying
just stuff like that.
I love it. It's very important to me, and when she does it, it means like I know it's silly and stupid, but it means a lot to me.
Me too. I'm the same way. So you think you're acts of service then?
A little bit, but I do like. What were the other ones? Give me the first three. I missed this.
Physical touch.
Physical touch.
Yeah, I'm a physical touch guy.
Words of affirmation saying, "Oh, you're not fat, honey. You're cute."
Like building you up.
Those mean nothing to me.
I don't think Tom ever gets that.
No, I got into an argument. I'll give you a real one.
Quality time, which I don't think any guys.
You like that? You're a time guy, right?
Oh, really?
If my wife says like, "You were so funny today," I'm like, "What the fuck? Who are you?" And
yeah, like
that's words of affirmation.
Like the words of affirmation are like last night. Like I'm going to therapy and do all this kind of stuff, trying to better myself. And Andrea was saying something about that, and actually it was at a time when I didn't want to think about me being crazy. Mm-hmm. So it was almost like, can I go 5 minutes without somebody saying like, she was like, I'm really proud of you, and I'll be here no matter what, like that kind of thing. And I'm like, well, God damn it, I wasn't thinking about it. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it went the opposite. We actually got in a little bit of an argument about it, and I fucking I tore the fucking ceiling fan down.
You know what?
No, I didn't do that.
I need to learn this because other people, I've realized, need to be told like that you love them and like that's shown
words of affirmation.
And I thought for a long time that it's like I love you. Yeah, that's all. Like I told you.
Well, that's a great way to say it.
I love you.
What the fuck? I love you.
This should be till death. You already know. It's already established. Let's move on.
It was in the contract.
Not going to do anything, right?
For me, just saying it.
I signed the fucking paper.
For me, just saying it isn't enough. My ex used to say I love you all the time, but she didn't show it. So I need like the act of like showing it. Just words are just
high
words
maintenance.
Well, you're just figuring that out.
I can't wait until you're sitting on the edge of the bed and Atreyu is holding your hand. and he looks into your eyes and he says, 1, 2, skip these 3. And you go,
11 fingers. One's gonna go up your ass.
My God, I got 2 real
affirmations.
So let me go down. I'll go.
Throw me in the dumpster.
all guys like physical touch, right? So maybe
most guys do.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who does? Okay, so this would be something good to get your partner if physical touch is important to them.
Okay.
People of this love
Human
language,
hands.
They often.
I got you these hands. You can rub them all over you. Just rub the hand side, not the bone side.
Yeah.
They often favor physical signs of affection, like a hug or a kiss, to be a meaningful way to convey love. Obviously, it depends on your boundaries in the relationship, but you should be at that point where you're fucking already. So, but if it's an intimate,
romantic,
classy.
If it's an intimate relationship, gifting someone with a massage or even romantic favors may be more appreciated than buying them something super expensive from a store. So something physical,
like a massage.
Like here's a ticket for me.
I like the hypervolt.
All right.
But when my wife starts hammering my thighs, my balls tickle. Have you done that yet? Have you had your wife hammer your thighs? It'll make you unstiff. That's why you're stiff. Have Crystal hammer your thighs with that thing. You got to lay on your belly, hands up, and then just have her go start on 1 and then do 2, and then when you get to 3, it'll loosen you up.
Get the glutes.
Hammer my ass.
I let her hammer my ass, but then she started being funny girl and sticking it in there and hammering my butthole.
Everybody's got to do that.
Yeah, why? I didn't do it to her. I hammered her ass nicely, and then she took it and put it right on the holes and hammered my fucking asshole. I'm like, you're smushing my roids.
Seth, are you the type of guy? Because I know some guys out there that the affirmation, your partner like telling you like how good you are, complimenting you. Do you need that in a relationship?
No, you asked me this before.
Because it seems like you do.
No, I really. I mean, it's important, I guess, but not like as important as like an act.
Well, then if your partner never did it.
Then I would want it.
Yeah. Okay. Like what? Like once.
I mean, it's only because this is gonna sound really conceited, but what it doesn't when I talk about things, like I hear it from other people, like fans and stuff like that. So to not hear it from the person that I'm with and love, that would get under my skin. Like, look, I'm hearing it from all these people. Why the fuck aren't you?
Atreyu says I look good on my Instagram.
I knew
you haven't said
nightmare to be with.
I don't need your compliments. Fucking Atreyu is gonna pull me out of the mud.
One sounds worse than it is. What do you mean?
Be awesome.
We'll be riding Falcor together.
Look, Sam. I'm a big giver, and I'm
foul
big
to
on
the
words.
core.
I'm like so nice to the person.
You're very needy. It sounds like
no, but I'm very, very giving as well. So
I just see my never-ending butthole.
I expect a lot back from what I give because I give a lot. So I just expect not all of what I give, but just something back.
One day we'll be flying on the rock, and I'll be like, "How are we alive and out? We're in space. It should be weird. Instantly killed.
If you eat someone's butthole in space, does it make a sound? Probably not, right? Vacuum.
It's a vacuum.
Was that the last story?
I mean, it was gonna.
He was gonna go through.
Do you have one more where somebody died and you can't say their name?
Yep.
D Megadoodle.
Well, this is kind of more. Of course, I feel bad that this person passed away, but
no, you don't.
I do. Slipknot fan dies after falling close to the mosh pit at a concert. Yeah, it's bad.
That's sad.
But the thing is, a man reportedly died after
like
collapsing.
Mufasa? Like fell into
that shit happens. I've been trampled on in mosh pits.
But this happens a lot at concerts, and that's why a lot of venues.
He wasn't in the mosh pit. He came out of the mosh pit. He was Richard Valdez. He was 62. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, good on him.
Why? But no, good on him.
No.
Why the fuck was he in a mosh pit?
He's trying to hide in the bathroom. Yeah, he's living his life, man.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. I mean,
if that's how I wanted to go out, then cool. But I don't think that's how I wanted to go out.
I think it's pretty dangerous. But man, those older metalheads, they'll go. Like they're really into it.
Witnesses told the media that Valdez initially seemed fine and that he joined in on some mosh pits, a common occurrence at heavy metal gigs.
Sure.
And basically everyone was jumping around in the mosh pit, having a good time, just being friendly, roughhousing dorks as usual for metal-going concerts. Then according to witnesses, he got out of the mosh pit and just fell over right outside the mosh pit.
I think that's what.
And he went into a seizure, which at point witnesses reportedly called for help, and he was dead.
Well, what was the fucking cause of death though? Like that could have he could have just had a heart attack.
Maybe he was listening to Corey Feldman's music and was like so disgusted.
I don't know.
I
think I want to go like
Corey
that.
and Slipknot.
I want to go doing something I really enjoy.
Do you know, like in situations where there's like just a massive humanity, and then like people are pushing towards something or whatever. Like it happens at soccer games, and then one person like will fall down underneath the
and that
mask.
person's usually the lesser narp of everyone.
Yeah, but it's just like you're like, oh my god,
Bro, that's happened at Black Friday sales, and people have died.
Because then inevitably there are people that are standing on a dead body because they have nowhere to go. And then
I think you straddle it.
No, but you can't because you're so smushed together. You're like, I'm standing on a corpse.
You think you're standing on a mud pit because it's mushy, but it's like a dead body.
That's happened before. Like
you stand on the stern of your part. Do you stand on the ass cheeks? Right?
Squishy.
Like, I feel like you do. I feel like you want to get above, like on crowd surf your way out. Why doesn't anybody do that?
Don't stand on the hands because that can get messy.
You think people are gonna crowd surf someone out?
No. I'm saying for you, when you're getting
out of here right away.
When you're getting squished, I feel like you would climb on top of people's heads.
But if there's so much pressure behind you, you will get pulled down.
Yeah. You're just you're being smushed.
Is there any way to? I mean, you can't survive that, right?
Well, some people get crushed by their other humanity just pushing. I remember wasn't there a soccer riot in the 70s?
Yeah, it killed a bunch of people, man.
Yeah.
They still to this day every year they'll commemorate it. Yeah,
I just feel like there's such a bunch of animals. I just see cows trampling over another.
They do
cow
a moment of silence. They do the black armband. Yeah, it was terrible.
The Liverpool '98.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I think it was Liverpool, but I don't remember what.
What's insane is there's so many people.
98 people, I think that guy.
Oh, 98. Oh, you mean that? Yeah.
Can push so much that the pressure ends up being 100 times what a human can push.
It happened to Jon Snow in Game of Thrones.
Well, it happened all the time.
You guys
on
remember
Walking
that
Dead.
episode where you got crushed?
Yeah.
That was the kind of the horde, or what were those things called? A herd, or whatever. You'd get a bunch of zombies. They'd pile up, and they'd. I
don't think that would ever happen to me.
If we had enough people, and engineered some way in order for them to not be trampled, I don't know, some sort of a suit where you can't fall over, but we were all able to just walk forward or lean into it. Could we knock Publix down or something, or push through a wall or something?
No,
a wall of Iron Man.
The humans up front would be smushed by the human. That's what happens.
I'm saying you'd have to engineer it so they're
a suit, a certain type of suit. I don't know how that works.
Be like an avalanche suit. They have those.
I'm going to work on that. Avalanche suit.
With enough people pulling a rope, because everybody's power gets multiplies, and then you could pull whatever you want if you had the strong enough rope and enough people, right? Is there a limit to that? With 100,000 people, could you pull down Daniel said, anything you want, and or is there a cap?
A long rope.
No, I know.
Yeah, I think there's
a cap to the strength.
I think it reaches a point where the people that are pulling the people.
Okay,
and that is where you'll have diminishing returns.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I like that. You explained it to me. Now
is that mistake? We're morphing into the same. Man, the orb is still getting me. Oh, it's getting me bad.
Something happened. Because I've been. My life's been great.
It just makes me want to Google Black Friday openings and watch people get.
No, some of them.
Again, you're laughing at death, and I.
It's not death. People just get hurt doing it. But
people have died.
Why are they out there doing? I mean, come on, they're out. You're out there going into Black Friday.
Not everyone can afford 2 Hellcats, Seth. Some of us got to fight for a TV.
They want the 42-inch Westinghouse for $199.
That's Tony Rage. You'll never let it die. Tony Rage bought that Westinghouse TV. We wore his ass out.
I feel like we don't hear as many stories for Black Friday. Or
am I just not looking at it?
Because people are smart and do Cyber Monday now. Yeah.
Or you can just do Black Friday on Amazon.
Or you can buy another Hellcat and you get a free TV with it, which is what I did.
Wow.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm literally sitting in my garage. I don't know what to do with it.
Jesus.
What, the car or the TV?
The TV. I don't know.
Because it's just
the car too is sitting in the garage for past.
Have you gotten really on it? You've been riding it good?
No, I can't. I got to baby it for 500 miles.
Oh, they make you do that. Yeah. How many horsepower in this one?
797.
Wow, that's a lot of fucking horsepower.
The one I have now is 707. My old one's 707.
You get a free 42-inch Westinghouse with this $80,000 okay.
No, it's
yes, I'm going to buy it.
I think it's a Sony, TV. I don't know.
It's a Sony.
You buy it at Walmart for $200.
I'm thinking I was going to do a giveaway at the gym for it. Whoever, I don't know, gives us the most Google review. Not at my gym.
Let's take a quick break.
Yes,
when we come back, we'll do some voicemails and emails. And I'll go ahead and plug KDK Accountancy Corporation. Our accountants have been great to us. If you're a small business or if you have IRS problems, go talk to Bernie, OrlandoCPA.net.
'Tis the season to not get into tax trouble.
Yeah.
Or if you're starting a small business or something, go talk to Bernie. He'll help you out. He helped me out a lot.
Yeah, he can help you out with everything.
Yeah, make sure you got your LLC set up. Make sure your taxes are all right. You're your own.
Enough businesses, I can help you. I know what to do.
What? You go to legal.
One successful real estate business. I have 3 successful businesses that would help you any way you want.
Watch out, bro.
I have 3 successful businesses.
And I count this one as number 4.
I would not count this one. I wouldn't count this one.
I'm not talking shit, but
no.
all the other.
What happened to Smoothie King?
All the other business owners.
I sold it to my ex-wife, and she ruined it, not me.
All the other business owners.
There's cum everywhere.
I I got a contract for every single high school in Orange County with me.
With what was that mean? That sounds terrible.
I got a contract to serve smoothies.
That's because you never stop working hard to get those contracts because you want
the teams.
There was a stripper girl. Oh my god!
All I know is that
stop it.
In high school?
Yes, she was a legit stripper, and she was like turning 18 the next month. She had tattoos all over her chest in high school. I was like, all the kids come up to me like, yeah, she's a stripper.
If I text,
what were you doing at the high school?
How'd you know about the tattoos all over her chest?
I was slinging smoothies every lunch period.
Oh my god, he was slinging smoothies at high schools. All right, we should go to break.
You should have never been doing that.
What do you mean? I made tons of money.
Hey, who wants a shagadelic?
I was with my wife at the time. We were doing it together.
Can I interest any of you ladies in a peanut butter Elvis?
2 protein blasts coming up. Anyway, the business owners that I text say, hey, can you be here in 15 minutes? Every single one will be like, what are you talking about? And Seth will be like, of course I can. All I'm saying.
I get 30 smoothies in the back of my Hellcat's a wide body.
It is a wide body. I got a wide body this time. I could fit
more smoothies.
I could fit like 6-inch more smoothies on each side.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
That's a good amount of smoothies.
I'm gonna do more Christmas music from Piebald. I like these guys. This song is called "Rebellion of Winter," and you'll like it. It's punk rock Christmas music. Who doesn't like that? 1-844-TOMNDAN. We'll be right back.
You're gambling again, aren't you?
I promise, I'll get it back. There'll be more than enough for bills next month.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I can't live like this anymore.
And now, to give you an update on his gambling, it's Tom Van with Never Not Bet.
All right, so I went 2-1-1 last week, and here's what I've learned so far about gambling. Right?
Give it to me.
Well, as I get or try to get better and better at this hobby, I'm realizing more and more how much even half a point matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for instance,
Wait, is this when I was sitting with you at the Orlando Magic game?
Oh, yeah, well, I bet on the Magic game. And
that's what happened.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Lost by half a point.
By half a point. I saw it go down. I saw you get disappointed. Oh, man.
And the more I bet, I realize how 1 point and half a point matter so much, and that's why all the professionals...
Devil's in the details.
So I'll see a game, and if it's a difference between a half a point, I won't bet it. Like last week, I pushed on that Cincinnati game. I bet it at 8. It started at 8.5. I would have won at 8.5 earlier in the week, but the line moves.
Rookie question: is it better to get in early when the line first comes out?
Yes.
Or is it a not always scenario?
Well, it isn't, of course, not always. And like just betting based on where the line's moving doesn't always work. But getting the best of it. For instance, if that Cincinnati game, it started off at 8.5 last week.
You jumped in it fast.
And then it ended at 7. People lost 7. Like I pushed at 8. But if you know, and that's where all the professionals, they jump on earlier in the weeks.
Yeah.
But the limits are low in the week. They changed to Wednesday.
Now that I know, yeah.
And really, it's like a hive mentality. Like all the odds makers and the bookies, they put out lines, but they don't put out lines based on where they think the game's going to end. They put out lines based on where they think they're going to get the most action on both sides. Because all they care about is getting action on both sides because they're collecting the vig at the end of the day.
Totally makes sense.
So then the world, the gambling public, bets the lines and it shifts them out, and that's why it's so close at the end. People are like, how did the bookies guess it? Really, all the gamblers are what made those lines when the finally game goes on.
It blew my mind to actually see it go down. But anyway, so what do we got this week? Wait.
So my first game. Oh, by the way, my record now is 30-26-1. Still a winning record right now.
That's good.
I hope to continue. First game, Atlanta plus 11.
Oh my God.
Against San Fran. Now here's the theory behind this. San Fran came off a crazy game against New Orleans.
It's one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
Over 90 points scored. It was back and forth. Unbelievable performance, but they're banged up. I mean, when you play a game like that, they got some injuries. So now they're playing at home against Atlanta. The theory being they're going to come out a little slow because coming off that win, and this game's going to be like a ground and pound. They're going to want to come out with the win, but at least the sharp gamblers are expecting San Francisco not to put up a crazy amount of points in this one.
What would you say?
Atlanta plus 11.
Plus 11.
So you're giving Atlanta 11 points. They're still playing and playing to win.
They're getting better, which is
shitty.
But I mean, I can see this one.
So this is just purely a points game. Speaking of that, my next game is Miami Dolphins plus 3.5 against the New York Giants. So this is the theory behind this. So the Dolphins just played in MetLife Stadium against the Jets, right?
Yes.
They play in the same. The weather's going to be the same. They scored 7 field goals in that game.
Yeah, they know what they're up against now.
But which means they were in the red zone 7 times.
Right.
Now, they didn't get to the end zone, but sometimes it's an anomaly. So the Jets are a better team than the Giants, and you're getting a 3.5 points, so Dolphins plus 3.5. If this was Dolphins plus 3, I may not bet it. At 3.5, I like it. So, especially against a Giants team that's worse than the Jets, and the weather's going to be the same, and Fitzpatrick is playing in the same stadium he did last week, and almost won that game against the Jets, a better team than the Giants.
All right.
So this is a pure numbers game. Atlanta plus 11, Dolphins plus 3.5. My next one is a total Denver KC under 45. And I've heard that people are trying to fade Drew Lock, and Denver had 2 good performances, but they're expecting this rookie QB to not have a good performance against KC. Patrick Mahomes.
Where do we stand on Mahomes right now?
Still fine. They said that there's nothing broken in his hand, but the Andy Reid came out and talked about how they're going to keep Mahomes safe and take it easy. Now, obviously, you have to question when a coach says something like that. Although I figure they're going to run a lot in this game.
Mahomes not known for wanting to take it easy.
No. But he did hurt his hand a little bit last game, and Denver's defense is good.
They are good.
So usually in KC games,
I picked them up in my losers bracket. I think.
Yeah. And in any KC game, the points are a little bit inflated just because it's Kansas City.
Okay.
So people love betting the over in Kansas City. This is just basically fading the public, taking the under in a game that is most likely going to be a ground and pound.
Cool.
And Drew Lock is not going to come out like he has in the past 2 weeks. So under Kansas City, Denver, 45. If it gets to 44, I wouldn't bet it at that point. 44 is a key number in gambling.
Okay.
So under 45. In the last bet, or second to last bet, a teaser. I'm teasing the Raiders down to minus a half point. It's their last game in the Coliseum against a Jacksonville team that looks like they're quitting. So the theory being Raiders are going to come out, want to win their last home game before they go to Vegas. Then I'm teasing the Bills up to 7.5 against Pittsburgh. The theory being Bills defense. In fact, I like the under in this game. The problem is it's 36 is so low. I might personally bet it. I'm not going to say it here, but I think this is a low-scoring game. And if I get the Bills plus 7.5 in this teaser, I like it. And the last tease parlay in this is the Chargers plus 7.5. Chargers playing at home against Minnesota. They think this is going to be a back and forth. Chargers are going to keep it close. I'll take 7.5 at home with the Chargers.
Okay.
So it's a 6-point teasers. Raiders down to minus half point. Bills up to 7.5. Chargers up to 7.5. That's plus 150 odds. And that game, I'm betting on that. And my beer bet, mark it on Magnolia Cigar City beer bet. Pats minus 10. The New England hasn't lost 3 games in a row since 2002.
Oh my God!
Although I won't bet them minus 10 myself because I'm just so worried about the New England's offense now.
Well, let's toss some beers then, man.
But I'll give it to you on my beer bet.
Yeah.
I still think they're probably going to win this, but there it goes for the beer bet. Pats minus 10.
2 things I want to add.
Yeah.
It's extremely funny to me when you're talking about Drew Lock and you say, and Drew Lock. and I think Andrew Luck, and it makes me laugh.
Drew Luck.
You go Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
and it makes
Drew
me
Luck,
laugh. Okay, and the second thing is next week I'm going to surprise you.
What?
I'm going to put money on all your bets.
No, really?
My own money.
No, okay,
I'm going to make it a little crazier.
The problem is now in the week 16, it's hard because.
But that's when I want to do it because, like, I'm going to be off. I'm going to be watching more football. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm going to want to. I want to punch my refrigerator.
These last 2 weeks are hard to determine the team's motivation because some teams are statistically out of it. So you don't know how hard they're going to come play. So the last couple weeks of the NFL is hard betting, but those are my bets, and good luck gambling.
Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler and everybody are running around here. We're getting organized.
Where'd we just go?
Seth is here.
That's all that matters.
I heard you have it written down, but the Costa a sunglass place is closing in Daytona.
Yeah, I think it did. I don't necessarily know if they're downsizing, but I think they're moving operation or their headquarters from Daytona.
Do you think the internet and like social media and just the ease of it's killed a little bit of the sunglass business?
I think retail in general.
Yeah. I don't really know on this one because I saw some people, like everybody hates. Is it Luxottica that owns every single?
Yeah, they basically just.
It's like a monopoly on.
Put your brand on every glasses they make. They're all coming from the same factory, right?
Yeah, so I think it has something to do with them absorbing Costa. I don't. That may be totally wrong, but I was trying to filter through comments when I was reading the story. And I think it had something to do with Luxottica, buying them, because I can remember brands that I really liked, Persol. I'm trying to think of other luxury. Is Ray-Ban a Luxottica product?
I'm not.
Or do they stand on their own? I don't know, but I know the sunglass business is crazy. Because it's one company owns every single one of them.
Yeah, and it's all coming from the same factory, and they're all just putting different brands on it. But sunglasses are weird in the fact that I think primarily it was the buying experience of going to a place and trying them on and doing the whole thing, that we're losing now because of the internet, right?
Yeah, but I like that because there are some sunglasses, I bought a pair online, but it was only a pair that I'd already had that I knew fit well.
Because you don't know they fit well. That's huge with sunglasses.
Yeah, I like to put them on, feel them, kind of see how they look on my brain, of course. Stuff like that.
I love the gamble of actually just buying them randomly. Now recently, the last probably 4 pairs that I've bought have all been random pairs that I'm like, fuck it, still them on, and then it's all right, winner.
I can't tell you the last time I bought sunglasses.
Well, you went cheap ones, right? Not that's
their style that I like. But
because I don't want to.
I just wear Tom and Dan ones or any other promotional White Claw sunglasses.
Yeah, I'm a sunglass guy, so I typically wear a pair of sunglasses that I've purchased specifically for wearing.
Well, you take care of your stuff. Where
I put it in a case and put it on my desk. And
I don't have those abilities.
Yeah, I know.
So I just have to buy the cheapest glasses.
You stole my White Claw ones.
I know. I wear the White Claw ones, Tom and Dan.
I got a new pair that he's trying to steal. They were on my side of the table. Now something's going on.
Because I've inevitably, even when we got free Costas through.
Well, that's
Paola,
why I put it on the list. The reason I put it on the list was to talk about that. I was is now the time? If they're not done, if Daytona is not done, if you guys haven't liquidated, if anybody works there, we'll take some of your free sunglasses since you guys are got to have some laying around. And we're allowed to.
The company's not folding.
I know, but they're moving, so you know how it is when you move. Every place that's ever moved that I've ever seen, even stores over here, you go over there, like this karate place up here. They're in business. I'm not saying anything bad about them. They look great. But let's say if I went up there, sorry, Seth.
No, I know them personally.
But I'm just saying, if I went up there and if I looked in the window and they had moved out, there'd be be a karate trophy, there'd be a couple belts. Like,
Yeah.
You know, there's always a little bit of shit laying around.
Yeah.
And the only reason
there's got to be a couple of sunglasses.
That's what I'm saying.
On the floor.
So look around.
Display models. That are just
find some sunglasses. I'll even take a sunglass case. I'm into that now.
Some of the old blades, yeah.
Yeah, just send them to us, and we'll do something with them. I'll put them on my Etsy shop since I'm buying all the toys.
Oh, people are mad about that.
Well, one guy, he's like, that is the lowest shit I have ever heard of, and I was like, fuck you.
Let's
Barbie?
Let's do some mail on mail.
All right, buddy, here we go.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on mail brought to you by Johnny's Other Side, Johnny's Filling Station.
Hey, my husband's band's playing there tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Melodic Descent. 7:30 to 10:30.
Melodic Descent tomorrow night, 7:30, 10:30. Johnny's always has.
They got that 5-stack burger. I posted that in the video group.
Sam and I keep looking at that burger.
It's 5 stacks.
No shit.
Yeah, but
5
it looks
patties,
so
5
good.
slices of cheese.
And they did it right. I'll tell you what they did right when they presented it. They didn't put like lettuce, tomato.
No, just meat and cheese.
No, it's literally just perfectly melted cheese, and the burgers are cooked perfectly, and it's got a beautiful brioche bun on the top. Oh my god,
that's like an upgraded version for the 7x7 at Steak and Shake.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to get that, and I want it with nothing on it because I want to be able to taste. The reason you're eating that is to taste the meat and cheese, right?
Which tastes great together.
Of course it does.
I want that burger.
Is it grass fed?
Johnny's Other Side.
I'm guessing no, but
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
I know.
But I think you should eat it anyway.
I was wishful
Seth.
thinking.
But you know, Johnny can surprise you at times because he was like, I think one of the first people to try like a meatless option. He was one of the first person to try like these type of salads that nobody else was doing with like organic chicken and stuff. So you never know.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know what he said.
Nothing.
By the way, Seth,
I was making fun of the meatless thing, but I eat meatless stuff all the time, to be honest.
And also,
you like the Beyond or the Impossible?
Impossible. Sausage, not the meat. The sausage is
the Impossible sausage. Oh, man. Something funny there.
Oh, I do.
But there's less additives in that than the meat, I think.
I'm going to start calling my wrestling name is Impossible Sauce. And I'm going to wear a suit like a casing.
I forgot to talk about this, but
what'd you do?
So on Fridays, in an effort to have Tommy experience different things and be more independent. We decided that like some of the other kids in his class buy their lunch on Fridays, right?
Yeah.
Man, I used to fucking love buying my lunch.
So, we found out some of Tommy's friends buy their lunch on Fridays, and we're like, "Hey, do you want to buy your lunch?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." So
I can remember
the lunch where, like from outside source, from the
no, like he's in his kindergarten.
He goes to the lunch line,
the cafeteria.
Yeah, I used to love that, man.
Isn't that the norm?
Well, he brings his lunch. Usually we make
He's
it
a
for
bringer
whatever.
lunch kid.
Yeah.
I was
one of them.
I started as
one of them. The people that bought their lunch when I was a kid, they were like the poor ones.
Yeah, they're the poor ones.
It
Right.
switched though.
That's what I'm saying. You got a rich kid over here.
Yeah, I started as a bringer, and it was peanut butter and jelly all day long with regular Lay's potato chips. That's all I got. I got a half peanut butter and jelly and a small bag, not even a bag that zips, the bag that you tuck the top piece in
those are the worst.
with crumbs of Lay's potato chips. That's all I got for fucking 12 years.
I was on that free
That's
lunch,
all
yo.
I got. And then I bought my lunch, and it changed the world.
I constantly have to change it up because Crystal's like, peanut butter jelly again. And I'm making chicken sandwiches.
Chicken sandwiches! Dude, I'm coming to your house for lunch.
Corn dog.
Fries?
Corn dog.
Oh,
yeah.
Not only did my mom
Do they get to heat it up, or they got to eat a cold corn dog?
I wrap it in foil. But I
You're
heat it
a
up
good dad. You're a good
the
dad.
whole morning.
Not only did my mom.
You know what I give Maisie for lunch? I give her a stack of turkey pepperoni, 2 cheese cubes, and then I stuff some M&Ms in a pouch.
I'm cooking scrambled eggs, pancakes, and fruit.
IHOP over here. Yeah, this guy's like being a first watch. He's a short order chef. He's like,
panic every morning.
Adam and Eve on a raft, rock 'em.
Anyway, so
Lucky to get cinnamon toast crunch.
My dad packed me a pre-lunch as well as a lunch. My mom
What's
made
a
my
pre-lunch?
For fat kids.
in his effort to make me me, the super athlete, he packed me a pre-lunch of rice and beans to eat before my lunch and told me to eat it 2 hours prior to
Eat
my
your
lunch.
rice and beans, you're a super athlete.
Yes, to try
would
to
eat it
to
during
try to-
class?
to try-
Tough is great.
Yeah, and the class, the teacher knew that I did that every time, so he allowed me to do it for class to eat during class because he's like, oh, it's
Smell like goddamn beans.
Oh, it smelled bad. It's the whole fucking class will smell like a
Smells
fart.
like sofrito in here.
It's like Butler's
But
lunches.
they let me do it, and everyone's like, "Oh, just Seth eating his pre-lunch." So
Wow, that's weird.
Is a fat kid eating his beans again? God damn.
yeah, pretty much. Tinks. Well, I was called.
There's a diabetic girl in my class who
It
gets them
sounds like
crackers.
something
yeah.
you're saying. You're like, we can do that? Does a fat kid eat beans in the classroom? Sounds like a bear.
At the time, I was mop head.
Anyways,
that's with a rabbit.
So this happened like 2 weeks ago. So we sent him to buy his lunch. Now, there was no instruction. We don't know what they serve or whatever.
Hilarious.
So
They give you a menu.
They give you a menu. Yeah, you can look it up online too.
I don't know any of these things.
Wow. You look it up online. They do it. They do it week to week.
Listen, that's my wife's deal. She's the one who's like, I'm making the fucking thing. The Waffle House. I'm like,
I got your steak and cheese coming right up, Tommy. Max, what do you want? Ceviche. All right, I'm on it. I'm on it. I need fresh lines. Fresh lines. On it too. Coming up. Yeah.
So Tommy came home 2 weeks ago, and then my wife's like, "Oh, what'd you get for lunch today?" And he's like, "I got a cheeseburger," right? And she knew it's not like they serve Beyond Burgers.
Yeah, it's
at
not quality
kindergarten
either.
or whatever. They
Well,
serve
it's
regular.
closer to the Beyond Burger than it is
It's
to
gonna say, potentially that was
real,
not meat.
Like how much real meat is actually in there?
They had soybean patties when I was younger.
And
yeah, we had soybean.
Tommy doesn't know.
That explains a
There
lot.
wasn't a lot of beef in there. You know.
Yeah,
it's the type of burgers that if you eat too many of them, I think you grow titties.
So he ate the
Yeah,
whole
it's genetically modified soy.
Ate a whole goddamn cheeseburger. Real
Loved
meat.
it?
Well, what did he
love
say?
it?
Attaboy.
Now you just said it's like I'm good. You don't know, like you don't know
It's
the difference.
fine.
Like but true to my wife's word, she didn't freak out about it. She didn't try to be like,
good.
never eat that again, never slap his face, or she was like, oh okay, like,
Yeah,
because she wanted him to make his own decision.
It would make me sad though. Like if I were like,
oh, it made her sad.
it would
I
make
saw
me
it in her
sad.
eyes.
It would make me sad.
It made me happy because I knew it crushed her a little bit inside. Because
Jesus.
I'm like, they murdered that cow. Oh, it was bad.
Oh my god!
They bolted him good. And,
Melted him good.
yeah, bolted him.
You ever try to
Bolted
take apart in high school, middle school? If you ever tried to disassemble your cheeseburger and put like condiments on it,
No.
the bread would like
Stuck.
it was stale, so
Yeah.
it would like separate itself, and you'd have to put your ketchup and mustard on top of bread, and then put bread on top of your bread.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. Like I
Those
really.
meat patties were dry
And
as hell.
I like
Square
the
pizza.
I just remember the square
tater
pizza,
tots
which was
underneath the
amazing.
pizza, right? Did you guys have that?
No.
So what they do is it was a little styrofoam tray about the size of like a wallet.
Oh, we had the
like a
hard
biker
plastic
wallet.
jail trays.
Yeah, I had that
Yeah,
too.
well, ours were. It was a little white. Well, you put it on your plastic tray, but it was a little tray like styrofoam, and then they put like 10 or 12 tater tots, like line them up, and then they put the pizza on top, and then they'd shrink wrap it.
No.
So the
Didn't have
pizza
that.
would like keep the tater tots hot, but also soggy.
Yeah, soggy.
Yeah.
But we'd still eat them because the flavor was good. But
I remember starting so many food fights in elementary school. Like
You
a
and food
lot.
fights.
A lot.
real life
And then, like, and the
yeah,
teachers
you're like
come.
Revenge of the Nerds over here.
No, just like flicking peas. There's flicking peas everywhere. I just remember
Spitballs.
Peas.
Yeah, peas a lot.
Good to know, even at your 40th birthday, you're still doing the same
Yeah,
shit.
he's doing spitballs.
It
He
goes
shot
to
a
show you,
spitball that
same
hit a
person.
woman's titties.
Oh, it nicked her titties.
And then it went into her cleavage, and he's, right? I'm not lying.
I remember that.
And then the Russians cheering, and I'm the only one drinking beer.
First email.
Oh.
It was fun.
Sorry.
Forgot we were doing that.
Oh, yeah, I could have.
Start talking about school lunch. All right.
I know, I got hungry.
Hey, crew, a couple of questions. Having heard how Dan misses having a baby in the house, but his wife is not a fan of another colic situation, as well as Tom's wistful moment to where his kids was ignorant of his ignorance, But with the vasectomy, no more of that is happening. So I wonder, would foster kids ever come across your mind? I asked this of Sam as well. I understand you're not a fan of kids, but with the potential of the Bart Merrick team getting you a new house with space, maybe 7 years down the line you can foster a 6-year-old with horrible dads like you have and just get them out of the environment they had no choice in. Is there an ideal situation to have any of the crew to become a foster parent? And then he's going to wait for the response. And then
we'll give a response. I would say, Fosters. It's Australian for nobody wanted you.
Wow.
Is that wrong?
Has anybody said that? Or is that an original?
Someone did one.
That might be an original.
Would be in this situation.
Fosters.
I will tell you, anybody who does that, my cousin fostered 2 kids and ended up adopting them, and it was a insane nightmare going through the whole system of adoption
process.
And
the government sucks.
It's also kind of scary.
And there's so much red tape and bullshit.
The kids were abused to the point where the dad was like a crackhead. It broke the kid's leg, broke his femur. He was like a 3-year-old. It was a real bad.
Love of God.
And so they lived with them for a couple of years, and they went through the whole adoption process and stuff. And after I want to say 3 years, it finally was finalized. But it was a lot of time and money, a lot of going to the court appointments, and
that's a pain.
I had some really good friends.
Why do they make it so
they're
difficult
good people.
If they want people to be kids to be adopted? Why would they make it so fucking?
The whole because once they legally say this is your kid now, there's no going back. I think that's.
I could go drop it off somewhere.
No. Well, I'm saying for they think about this. The government is now taking someone else's kid and then giving it to another family and saying now this whole country recognizes you as the parents and this other parent. Nope. That
just took 5 minutes to say. Write that down on paper.
Think about how
extremely expensive to adopt a kid.
But
see, that's
astronomical.
But think about for the
SPCA does it in 25 minutes.
I know, but the fear
with a chip.
The fear is that the government's going to
a couple weeks later
give your kid to someone else and then say it's legally theirs and there's no recourse after that. I think that's why it's so hard because everybody has that fear, so they put all these checks and balances.
Oh my God! Alex in our Twitch chat room says my parents went through the process to foster and adopt a sister for me.
For her.
Or do me, it says, but I'm guessing 4. But, oh man, some of the kids are really scary. One told my mom she would love living there, but only if I wasn't around also. Didn't work out so well.
Well, kids are, if they're growing up through the foster system, sometimes it's not great.
I know some people, like a family that used to foster kids, and the kids would come in and stay with them for a month to a year, and then they'd eventually get adopted. And they were really good at it and wonderful fucking people. You know what I mean? They were it was almost like they were designed to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their name because I know for a fact they do listen to the show and they're really good family friends. But they did it. I want to say maybe 25 kids. That's a lot of kids, right?
Oh, yeah. That's
a lot of their own money and food and time, and they were made to do that.
The people that do it are really good people. My wife,
I could do that.
you,
I really do.
I can see you doing that because a lot of people don't see they
see the psycho side of
it,
but they don't see the normal side.
Acting crazy side. But I know the sensitive side. If anybody had really witnessed the birthday party, you'd have seen a little bit of spitballs. But most of the time, he was just sitting there quietly with his girlfriend, being contemplative and happy.
My balls were out the entire time.
I think
popped out the top of my shorts.
Why would you pull your balls out of you?
I just wanted to see if anyone noticed.
I didn't see your balls.
I know, nobody noticed. I wanted to see if anyone
noticed. You did the whole birthday? I take everything I said about you back. Every fucking thing.
I had my dick out the whole time.
What the fuck? I'm giving you a compliment.
Calm down, Weinstein. I think it's really hard to even become
look like a meatball.
A foster parent. You have to go through a lot of checks.
I'd rather foreign exchange kids than do
same people did that. The same people did that.
My parents did that when I was younger, and it was weird.
So they would always have people from France or kids coming and staying with them.
So do you guys think you could foster a kid later on? That's the question.
My wife still talks about it.
I could.
She started looking into there's a lot of kids that needed fostering from the Bahamas after the hurricane and stuff. She looked into that. It seems like she's looked into it a lot. Now I never pulled the trigger. When the kids
don't say it, that's phrasing.
When the boys grow up, I could feel like an empty nest possibility happening with my wife, big time.
If I don't have a kid by the time I'm 45, will she have my kid?
What do you
not
like,
sexually, not a relationship. Just have.
You must
I want a kid.
Artificially inseminated.
180 grand. Plus, my wife's gonna be old, so it might be.
Well, that's good for you. It'll give you more time to ride four-wheelers with your Bahamian.
You can buy a badass boat for 180 grand.
Maybe doing a theme park section.
I want to see you around Croom Forest with two little, beautiful Jamaican boys riding four-wheelers. You've got a full ocean deck roster wig on fake Jesse. You guys are all driving around. Oh, God damn it.
Dude, speaking
the
of that,
future's going to be fucking awesome.
Surrogates, I know someone that was looked into that and looked into going through the whole process. And there are professional surrogates out there that is like, it's...
Dude, I almost sold my eggs.
Damn.
You can get 5 to 10 grand per egg.
Yeah.
As a woman, yeah, but it is kind of it's harsh on your body. That's
well,
you're a tall somewhere.
Well, you get
what?
You're too Neanderthal. There are guys that can sell.
Yeah, but you don't
sperm.
get as much.
No.
Sperm donors don't get as much.
I got a cup of cum here.
Go out there.
A testicle, though, we can donate a testicle and get some money.
Yeah, but again, not as much.
What about a kidney? I'll totally give away a kidney for a couple.
No, I don't want to give away
a couple grand. No, you can get a good money for.
I didn't know there was professional service.
You get like $100K for a kidney.
$100K?
But yeah, I think so.
Totally. You can totally have one of my kidneys for $100K.
Dude,
I'll throw in a testicle too.
There are services. I've talked to SBK about this.
Throw my foreskin in as well.
There are services that will take
Who
you
wants that?
over
somebody
to India, and then there
a mouse needs a scarf.
Tom wants it for his kids. You know, so you get
like there are rich people that need kidney transplants that will go to like places and in other countries where they specialize, and then there'll be a guy that's like selling
villages that do that.
They'll like
I'll take a little kid's kidney if I was going.
They'll make the transaction.
Not the same, but kind of the same. My mother-in-law wants to go to Mexico for a root canal.
Oh,
it's like
I've heard of the old Mexican root canal.
Getting there would probably cost just as much as doing it. Where the hell she is?
No.
She wants to go right across the border. It's like right across the Texas-Mexico border. I was like, that's rough over there. She's like, it's cool.
I've heard Colombia is the place for breast augmentation. Like you can get a really good boob job for like
$500.
A third, not $500. I think it's more than that, but a third of the price.
I just thought that number. I have no idea.
But it's way cheaper to go to Colombia, and they got good doctors and you know.
A lot of hospitals are named Columbia, so it has to be great, right? Columbia Hospital.
Well, it's the like medical tourism. It's a
there's a second part of this email, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
It says, I guess this is more of a Sam or Dan question. I am extrapolating. Huh? Extrapolating. There it is. From the personas y'all present, but you guys seem to be able to go multiple rounds with your partners. Now, do you consider a round as an orgasm for yourself or for both of you? Is coming necessary? Yes. I had orgasms without coming, and it was awesome. But once I do, I am out of the game. Unless I'm in a group or sex club setting, I could go about 4 times in 90 minutes. But do you think caring and loving the partner allows you to be so viral, or is it your natural/drug-induced drive that make this viable option for y'all?
What?
That was a lot to that.
I'll fully admit, I do not do multiple rounds. But it is usually a her coming, and then me coming, and then Disney Plus scenario. Yeah. you know what I mean?
Like that's the standard.
Yeah, it's the standard. But like, I do ensure that she is taken care of first because it's way harder.
Oh yeah.
And then, it's not super hard. I know what I'm doing now, but at first,
Yeah, it takes a little
after she goes, it's autopilot.
Every girl's different. You got to get used to it.
Yeah, at first it was an ordeal, but now I know exactly how to, to do it. And then, I mean, obviously I'm going to be easier because I think guys just in general, I'm sorry if that's a stereotype, but I think that one's true. I think it's easy for guys. And then
unless there's whiskey dick involved or something,
Yeah, and then I think maybe when we were dating, maybe we do it more than once, but nah, I'm not typically. You might be, though.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Tom might be, actually. He's been.
I'm not going 90 minutes, though. That's a little too much.
That's too much.
The email didn't even ask Tom. That's the greatest one.
No.
Tom, I don't know. He barely has sex.
That's a myth. I think that he does have sex. He just doesn't like to talk about it.
The multiple times is a young man's game.
It is.
That's back to back.
What if there's like a slight refractory period?
Yeah, like 30 minutes is the.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Well, you got to
stop back at it. it in 30 minutes?
You got to let everything stop dripping out of there for a little while, right?
Oh, no,
and then you got to go to the bathroom. You got to clear the lines.
Right.
Oh, bathroom, yeah. That's
like if like you're
wash my face with dial soap.
Like the guys coming to the old West End Trading Company to make sure all the taps are clean. You go in there and you pee, and then you blot, and then you got to let that thing. You don't want it to whack around in your boxers if you get the drips out, and then you're good to go.
No one wants a snail trail.
No, And then if you put it inside her with its cum on the tip.
Come on, man.
Just saying.
It's fine.
It's lube, man.
Do that.
It's not lube. That's a voicemail.
Oh, voicemail. Here we go.
Hey, Tom and Dan. I was listening to the Friday Free Show, and Ross made a great point about Tom bringing home a puppy for Christmas. Ever think about getting a basset hound? I mean,
why that specific?
They're lazy. They're good dogs. I've had a few. But yeah, man, why don't you get a basset hound puppy? They're super good with kids and worth your time.
Okay.
Later.
I'm pro puppy. I think for this Christmas, you'd be a real hero if you guys got a puppy.
If you adopted a puppy, yes.
No, I know. She will only go for adoption, that's type scenario. But my whole argument is, like, okay, I've said this before, but like...
We got 2 marks against basset hounds in the chat room. They are bark crazy and they get huge.
Well, they can get kind of stinky too, right?
They got stinky ears.
Yeah.
They got the droopy ear.
And you can't wash them a lot because of their skin oil or something like
Let's
that.
just get rid of all basset hounds.
Oh, you wouldn't ever do that. You're the biggest dog lover I know.
We have a basset hound owner and she's pissed that you said that.
I was totally joking. I would take all the basset hounds.
Yeah, he would.
What I mean is get rid of them and give them to me.
Get a husky.
And I'll have them all over my acreage.
What if they start eating your turtles?
Ooh, then that'd be a good fight. Turtle versus basset hound.
Slow.
It's
his little snipping mouth.
So everything that you buy, and I'm going to put pets in the same category as possessions. I know it's not the same exact thing, but
I know what you're saying.
It's close enough. There's the relationship that pets are our possession, right? We all agree it's not their own individual person.
Caesar's mine.
So
Peter would disagree with you, but okay.
I'm only concerned with the amount of joy the pet will bring to my life and the amount of work that it takes and the what
the work has gone
hit,
up with an older dog.
What it will hinder me.
Younger or older, yeah, get him in the middle.
For instance, like if I want to, I told this to my wife. I was like, "What? Like we want to start, want to get this RV, the boat, and start doing family trips. To like, I want.
Are you going to pull the RV and then the boat behind the RV?
I don't know yet.
You take the dog. You take the dog with you in the RV.
My wife said that too, but I'm like. That adds an extra element.
Then you
got
to take them out in the middle of the night.
Yeah. In the middle of the night, where's the dog gonna try? Like, is the dog gonna sit in between both kids' car seats in the truck? Like,
put him in the RV, man.
You're gonna fall in love with him. He's gonna sit in your lap as you're driving.
When we packed the car up and Maisie's in there to go to the beach house, Caesar sits. Yeah, we put a little tiny spot, and he just kind of stands there.
Caesar's a little dog. My wife wants a bigger dog. So anyway, so I started
only you still had Oreo.
You got a 3-row seats, man.
All this because maybe I'm not getting and experiencing the same like joy and love that other people are experiencing.
Well, that's a given. That's a given.
I know.
No shit. That's with your whole life. You don't get it.
I get joy. I'm
He's
just saying.
dead inside.
I understand. I'll pet a dog. Like even when Oreo was with us for a day.
See, he admits it.
He sat at the
Oreo.
I'm telling you right now, Sam. They fell in love.
They
like
did.
there's some love there.
I understand.
Man.
I'm like petting. I'm like,
and he loved you.
It'll all change, man.
Did you let Oreo kiss you on the lips?
No, I didn't.
He hesitated.
You're one of the assholes that thinks we should forgive Michael Vick, right?
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just like I'm saying to myself. What is getting a dog going to be worth it in the long run? Yes. And for so
your son's best friend.
My argument to Samantha about not having kids is that she doesn't know the difference. Like she doesn't know. Like
she's great.
We joke around about how kids are a lot of work, but honestly, it's for my situation is literally the best thing that's ever happened in my life. Like I love them so much.
Not
have a 65-pound dog, and it's not a ton of work.
No. But if you wanted to
Not
go
just for
on
you.
vacation,
It's for your kids, dude. It's for you. I cannot imagine a childhood not growing up with a dog, a childhood companion, a family dog. You need that for them.
I grew up with little Yorkies and Bichon Frises. There's shit piss all over the floor everywhere. That's how I grew up. And they eat my bagel bites and shit.
Whoa, your dog's got bagel bites?
No, I'd be watching TV zoned out, and they just eat them off the coffee table.
You gotta eat them quick.
So, don't you want your little kids having a dog?
No.
That's what you want. You don't want that, buddy?
No.
You don't want best friends?
Get a dog before your wife gets a cat.
Well, that's why I got 2 kids. They hug each other. That's your best friend. So I'm just wondering, is it worth it at the end of the day? Yes. And
I can't say it's not now because Maisie and Caesar are best friends. Like that is her best friend.
But she's an only child.
She is an only child. It's completely different.
You get your kids to take care of the dog. That's what you teach them to do.
They can't do shit.
Well, you don't let them. You fucking cater to them like Seth wants his girlfriends to do.
I know, but I also know myself.
Wait, get your sons one of Seth's girlfriends.
There you go.
I'll do that.
Of course you will.
I missed that.
He'll adopt a teen.
So
a teen. She just turned 22.
And I've went...
Hey, boys, get on there. Somebody's got to go feed Bridget.
I've experienced...
She's just sniffing around my sock door. She didn't have any food.
Tina, meatloaf.
I've experienced all of dog ownership from beginning to laser treatment and then the inevitable crying while they put it to kill it.
That's the worst.
Hey, today's the anniversary of the passing of Lena.
I know. That's,
I thought it was the anniversary of when she met Lena.
Oh, either way, it's one of those.
When she met
either way, it's one of those. It's a commemorative day.
No, I know. So I've been through it all. It was fine. It was a good experience. I, loved Lena, of course, but now I'm like now that I have the option. See, here's the thing.
Get a pig.
Don't get a pig.
Why? I was really going to get a pig.
Oh, no. There's no such thing as small pigs. They're all big pigs. I've learned this first-hand experience.
I don't want any animal.
Well, for the sake of Seth's benefit, we are talking about an actual pig. I just want to make sure that's not...
Right.
So
I call them other ones slam hogs.
Jesus Christ.
Because once you have the animal, like you could say, like, oh yeah, totally worth it. You already have it. It's like you love it. You have it. So I feel like your perception is skewed by the fact that you have. If Caesar didn't exist, then
it'd be just fine.
Yeah. So that's the problem.
And he's also super duper rare. Like he's a weirdo dog.
And if we end up just rescuing a dog, like my wife found Oreo, and then the owners never came and claimed it. Then it's like, it is what it is. Now we have this dog because I'm not going to give it to the pound or whatever. It's like, okay, we're taking care of this dog.
That night.
So would you diaper it for the rest of the
I thought he would.
Oh, I thought about it.
You know what he did with Lena?
And by the way, don't they make like a diaper that's like the color of the fur? Because I feel like it's more embarrassing.
Well, the white. No, he's right. It's like black people on Band-Aids. It's like, why don't we have them? Yeah. Like that's
different colors,
that is definitely an oversight. Like a white diaper and a black dog looks weird. You should make a black diaper.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing having the white diaper when I'm out with Oreo, and then is your dog?
Look at him fantasizing about being out with Oreo.
I know they fell in love. I had no idea the impact that this dog made on your life.
And then other real men are looking like, oh, you put your diaper on the dog.
Little baby gonna go pee in the diaper.
Make a black diaper.
But then if he's got a black diaper on, then somebody has to really get up on him to see it, and then you're like, yeah, he's an athlete. Like it's a Speedo, he swims.
Let's do a voicemail or back to email.
Yeah, we do a voicemail. Let's try
email voicemail.
What did we do? Oh, we did voicemail. Let's do email. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, it says this past Thanksgiving weekend was a full "it's happening, there it is" moments. I think you guys would enjoy. I'll try to make it quick. My wife and I were invited to the neighbor's house for Thanksgiving, as any immediate family of ours lives out of the state. When dinner was ready, the matriarch of the family gathered everyone for the blessing and immediately followed with, "Would anybody like to say what they're thankful for?" I don't know if it was more awkward that she said it or the fact that it was dead quiet. Nobody talked, and everybody just started grabbing their plates. The next,
Why is that so awesome to me?
That is awesome.
The next It's Happening moment was the following Sunday when my best friend was throwing a birthday party for his son at Dinosaur World, where he has an annual pass for the family. My buddy was hungover, and Plant City has some fucked up law that there is no beer sales until 1. Party started at noon. As we watched his son pan for gemstones, I tried lightening the moment by saying how cool the setup looked, to which he replied, I just threw away the goddamn gemstones from the last time. The last one was actually when my wife brought home the $15 snowflake projector from Walmart to put on the side of the house. I know for sure our neighbors hate us now. Sorry about the long email, just thought it might be funny. Also, I was the BDM in the studio a couple of weeks ago that shook a turd out of his pants. I was just too nervous to talk about it on air.
What?
Anyway, sucking fat tits.
Oh, I thought he did it here. I was like, you motherfucker. I'll kill you for this.
Maybe you have to find that turd. Yeah.
I was like, yo, Butler, we have to stop the show. Everybody out.
Nobody's
I gotta find a fucking turd. Everybody fucking out.
Dinosaur
I
World.
put on a full Heisenberg, the whole outfit. I'm walking around like,
You know what?
looking for turds.
This reminds me of something, and I don't know if anybody here has been to like a funeral or a service for someone, and when the person gets up and then like does their
You gotta
speech,
have a plant.
and then they say,
Would anyone else
would anybody else like
yes.
to say a word? Because guess what? No one likes public speaking.
You gotta have a plan.
So, have it planned. Just like have it planned. Don't just ask the
randomly.
crowd, because then when no one does it,
It gets
makes
kinda
it
sad,
more
yeah.
awkward and
Yeah.
sad and disrespectful to the goddamn person who died, because everybody's like, oh shit, because like if no one has a plan, who's going to go up there and improv something at a funeral? People don't want to
Do
do
you
that.
know that my mom took that out of my dad's service, that part?
She's smart.
Because you were there. Remember, they called me up. I said something.
Haven't planned out.
They wanted me to say, would anybody else like to speak? We left it with my joke that like everybody was on a happy note. And then we said, we're fucking out of here. We're done. No
smart.
more.
Smart way to do it.
Yeah.
You know who does it the most? Old people love doing it. Old people, because they have no, they've lost any embarrassment to public speaking because they're old. And so they don't even understand that other people don't like it. So they're saying all these things, and then they're like, who else wants to speak? And then everybody else is like, oh shit. And then you feel the tension, like,
Yes.
because then no one's doing it, and you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Then the people that really love the person that's dead feels guilty because they're like, I should say something. Then like some aunt will get up there.
I play checkers with Clyde.
And then you're like, oh, this is ruining it. You're ruining it.
And then they get up there, but they felt pressured into it.
Yes,
and they're in no condition to do it because they're literally having a meltdown in their brain. So then they start talking and they're like, my sister. And then everybody's, and it's like, don't do it.
No.
You know what? Just don't even have a funeral. Don't even have a service. It's the person's dead. Move on.
Plan it out. Plan the speakers
Everyone write
out.
what they want to say on my Facebook and just say a bunch of shit.
Did you guys set up that feature on Facebook now where you can like put, like if you go into settings and you're looking
Big
through.
Tim put me as their.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a whole bit.
As what?
As the person that's now will take over his account if he dies.
Oh, God.
I told him, I'll keep your memory alive, or I'll forget. I'll forget my password.
You forget everything.
Check it in a Big Tim.
I'm going to ask Noah Hathaway for mine.
Is that his name?
That's Atreyu.
That's Atreyu. I would just want to call him Atreyu. I still haven't seen him. Sam sent it to me. I want to see. I want to see what he looks like here. Hold on, I'm going to find Atreyu. Did you see him yet, TC?
No. I remember when he looked like.
Here's his Instagram.
As a kid.
All right, pulling him up.
Whoa.
Well,
He's ballooned up a little bit.
That's not him.
Oh, okay.
There he is.
All right. Yeah. Okay, he's got the mohawk, and then is he smoking cigarettes or dope?
No, he smokes weed.
Okay.
Because he commented on mine when my CBD weed. He's like,
He's a punk. He likes Black Flag and the Exploited.
Oh, well, he's cut up.
There's my tattoo.
Where?
Left.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
He
There
definitely
it
wants
is.
to suck your dick.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a tattoo of a cat on fire right above his penis.
Oh, you could press your diaper tattoo.
That'll look nice. It's a tat on tat. Look, this cat's eating a hot dog out of my butt.
Then I'll be like,
the cat and the dragon can become friends. Yes.
I wanted to jack off to the teens, and now I got this. Somehow I'm there. I shouldn't have said that.
That's a great time. Great ending.
No,
yeah, we're gonna end. Do you want me to do another voicemail?
I said it as a joke. You know what I meant.
Do you want me to? Well, the way that you said it,
the way that you said it was very.
I turned to get our exit music, and you said that, and I'm like, well, I mean, here he goes, and here we go. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah.
Just to cleanse the palate here. Okay, let's try. Let's try this one.
Hey guys, Josh here. So I'm in Connecticut for the weekend, and I end up going to a comedy show. And I'm sitting down at my table, and there's a group of 4 that shows up late, first mistake. And they were the trifecta of shitty guests for a comedy show. First off, they're talking. Whatever, you're going to have some mild conversation. I can get over that. Second, the one chick's phone keeps going off, and she refuses to silence it. Mildly annoyed now. The final...
That's my favorite part.
His phone's not going off.
And that's why I pulled this email. The fact that
it's a lane assist.
I love the fact that he got interrupted by his own that could have been they couldn't get better timing than that, right?
He refuses to silence it. Mildly annoyed now. The final straw was this other chick had a laugh that was so god-awful that I was getting angry every time he told a joke. Like, to the point where the headliner did like a 5-minute roast of her laugh. But I ended up leaving early because I just couldn't take it anymore. But, other than that, the comedian was great, the openers and all that was great, but my God, I cannot stand when someone has an obnoxious laugh. So.
Well, I don't know why you listen to our show.
The laugh's not their fault, but the other stuff. Do people know they're a bad audience member?
Yes.
Or is that like...
I think it's a Corey Feldman scenario.
Is it like bad breath?
Or they don't know how bad they are.
She's just going with it. It's like, I don't give a fuck.
I always thought it was like almost like they know that they are... But
they don't care. They're like,
I always thought a little bit of that. A little. It's a narcissist sort of. Like you don't care. You're being selfish. I'm part of the show.
That
there are a lot of guys that
they want to get attention for the.
I've even noticed it when we've done live podcasts that there will be people that laugh like deliberately, like really crazy, loud, and weird. And I'm like, that's not a real laugh.
Attract attention?
Yeah, I think so.
But the people that are like talking and like they have no recognition of their own phone or the noises they're making or whatever, like they have no idea
they're
that
not self-aware.
They're not self-aware, right? That's the problem. And then that's something that the way they're wired, right?
Yeah, there's people like that at the gym a lot that just talk like to their on the phone when they're at the gym, just like loud as hell, and everyone's just like staring. I'm like, bro, you're in the fucking gym, you're screaming on the phone.
What is that self-awareness that people don't have? It's bizarre, right?
It's a spectrum, I think.
It is.
It's
it is. It's a spectrum of not getting social cues. Like, this is not appropriate to do.
Yeah, like they're wired. They're not doing it on
not
purpose.
A problem.
Yeah.
Like, I think I had that at that restaurant, honestly. Like, when I had the issue.
That dude
with the guy that brought his dog, and he was
the dog issue.
Yeah, and he was watching like live, TV on his phone. He's loud as hell. Like, I just feel like because it didn't come off like like fuck everybody here. It more came off like this is just me, and I'm just here.
He just didn't even realize.
I'm just doing it. I'm having dinner just like you, buddy.
Living my life, bro.
Like, I feel like if I could have looked him in the eyes, I kind of feel like he would have smiled at me and been like, "Hey, you having a good night?" Like
this is hilarious.
Yeah, like not even knowing that's even a thing that people don't like.
So. This is the weird part to me now, because I have flaws, obviously, lots of them, but people tell me about them all the time. So then I know that I have them, so I'm cognizant that I'm doing these flaws when I'm doing them, even though I'm wired like it. I can't help myself, but I know that it's happening. Do these people that are bad audience members for sure have been yelled at or have been kicked out or have been told to shut up or like throughout their lives at one point in time.
100%.
So then is it when they're told like, hey, be quiet, you're being loud or whatever, are they like, whoa, are they shocked? And then next time, do they even think back at that like, hey, that last time I was leaving my phone on, like people were telling me to, or
no, I think it's like goldfish. Like
you
they
just forget.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Well, like, have you ever?
It's not that bizarre because you do that all the time.
Have you ever tried to
That's
correct
true.
something that you would consider like a detriment, and then you do it for like 2 days, and then eventually just you go back to what you?
Yeah, right. Because that's your natural way of thinking. Yeah.
I guess it depends.
Sounds
on...
horribly sexist, but my wife, she
No.
never rolls up the fucking vacuum cleaner wire. Like, it's like, I tell her,
Does she just put the vacuum in the closet and throw the?
it just leaves it out. Just leaves it out, and the wire's all short. And I'm
What,
like, are you
like
done?
she
She's like, I'm
won't
going to use it later. And I'm like, no, you're not.
She
You're
vacuums
not.
and then just stops it where it's at, and like, well, I'm all done.
Turns it off and then just walks away.
She doesn't put it around the clip on the top, clip on the bottom, clip top, and then...
That's annoying.
None of that.
That's an act of service that should be done.
And you got to start high. You can't go low. You gotta.
I like the idea. Or do you figure eight?
No, never.
I used to figure
Not unless
eight.
it's an
I don't
N64
anymore.
remote.
Old people figure
I figure eight because I figure eight because there's
What does that mean?
okay, a few centimeters. If you figure eight,
What does that mean?
Tom's never vacuumed a day in his life.
I have determined if I figure eight that I can squeeze in a few more centimeters and I can get that clip on the cord right at the tippy top. If I don't figure eight, the clip of the cord goes to the bottom and then it gets knocked off.
First of all, who has plugs in my? Like, I have a cordless freaking one that plugs in.
Oh, your carpets must be fucking
I don't have
disgusting.
any, first of all, I don't have carpets. I have all hardwood. In my
real hardwood or planking?
Real hardwood from 1936.
Oh, wow.
Original hardwood.
You know what's
that I redid.
impossible?
That my dad
Your
and I
teens
did.
would like it better on their knees when they're on carpet.
Try to wind a pressure washer fucking cord, like a water, the water line, the pressure washer water. It's too rigid.
Yeah, it is.
You can't wind it. It ends up where one.
I just cut it.
One piece is sticking
I cut it with a Rambo knife. I go buy a new one every single time.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here.
Seth, got anything going on in your gym?
I have nothing going on.
Are you crying? Oh, I thought you were crying.
No, I wasn't crying.
What's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. I was laughing. I'm fine. No, just follow me on Instagram at Silverback Seth. There's really nothing else going on.
Are you the?
There was. I
That's
would.
his fight.
I would have something great to promote. Okay, here's the real reason I'm depressed is because I wanted to do. I had 3 goals by the end of the year when I turned 40. I just turned 40 end of the year. My goal was to compete in a karate tournament, which I haven't done in 27 years, which I did. My goal was to do a karate test, which I haven't tested in 27 years, which I just did last weekend. That was 2 of my goals, and do a grappling tournament, all while I turned 40. And to not reach that 3rd goal really is depressing to me. And I'm a person that whenever I have my goals set, I do them and achieve them. So it bummed me.
I mean, we could do a fight right here between you and Butler.
Yes.
And
Grapple
referee
Butler.
Tom, I'll video it. I'll call it.
You want
to kick the shit out of your fucked up knee.
They're both fucked up. That's the fucked up.
Get
thing.
them both.
Right, I got 2 targets now.
Yeah.
I feel like with even 30% strength, him kicking you with that big rock toe he's got that he kicked a baseball bat in half with,
oh my God.
would kill you instantly. Right? Like if you're able to kick a baseball bat in half with your toe, you could kill a human, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No problem.
I can definitely crack a rib with it. Like if I kick.
No, I think if I stood here, if I was standing right here, and you reared back and kicked me in the head, I think you'd kill me. You know, like with the toe. Like I think there'd be blood.
Yeah, or if
You'd crack your fucking
There
skull.
will be blood.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be a
I would aim
different
for your-
person
I
when
would
you
aim
woke
for
up.
Oh yeah, and I'd be doing goof duck adventures.
He doesn't listen to any of the shows, by the way.
I know.
He just comes in the Twitch chat to plug his shows.
his gigs. Yeah.
Go see him live Descent tomorrow night, Saturday at Johnny's, 7:30 to 10:30.
Oh, nice. Get that 5-stack.
Yeah, get the
Somebody
5-stack.
get it. Somebody try that burger and tell me how it is because I want one so bad. Not on my training table right now.
So
but
good.
it does sound so good, but I'm not
sounds really
eating
good.
that kind of stuff right now. You know, like
Split it with somebody. It's fine.
like it's.
What's
like
the point of
it's-
splitting a 5? Then it's a 2.5 stack. It sucks.
yeah, it's fine. Then
It's
it's
split
less
it with my whole
calories,
family,
right?
I guess. Huge.
Butler, what do we
I'll
got?
split it
here?
with you.
We got tonight, Tom and Dan Watering Hole. We got Brew Tap House from 6 to 1 a.m. They have their ugly Christmas sweater party. It's sponsored by New Belgium Beer. So they got some deals and some giveaways with that. Tomorrow night, obviously, we got our Ivanhoe Park Brewing Company. We have our Christmas event.
The BDM only thing?
Okay.
I feel like we've,
How long have you been here?
2 years, I think.
Show up in force.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whatever.
If you're a BDM,
So we got
come on.
pint glasses with that, and of course, melodic descent after that. Go hit up that at Johnny's.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Thank you guys again. If you want to sign up to become a BDM, that helps us and helps the show. And we're working on really cool get-togethers and parties for BDMs only. Coming up in 2020.
Yeah, also, foot golf. January 18th, save the date. We're getting all the celebrities now.
January
and we're figuring
18th.
that all out, but it will be in Sanford, January 18th.
Yeah. You actually have an idea that involves like one-wheels or scooters and stuff like that, then we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
love that idea.
Well, I know Seth and Felicia you're going to be a team for this year foot golf. We're getting together. The
Wait,
list.
me and Felicia are pairs, or are we separate?
That's up to Tom.
Yeah, if you're going to be on the same team. So if people can...
did you want to compete?
He doesn't want to be with a woman.
Well, bullshit. I was with you last time. I loved it.
Well, we didn't even actually...
watching you walk, and I was
technically
come on, man.
I was the
he was literally shitting his pants at every kick.
Yeah, I did have to shit a lot. I had to fart.
Every kick, it was like... and I'm like, come on, man.
Felicia, she got the UFC star power here.
She just got married, by the way.
She got married last week.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
Really, I just paired you with Felicia because we didn't have to ruin
the old man.
yeah.
You put us both against each other and have people bid, and I'll bid.
Yeah, because you'll bid on yourself. And then some teen will show up with a mustache.
I bet on
and I will also throw in that free TV I got with my car.
Nice. That's a good pot sweetener.
Get a free afterthought TV, a Westinghouse, 36-inch.
Juan in the chat room says that he needs Felicia on his team because he can't kick with gout knees.
Wait, Juan has gout too, or you have gout? Oh, you have gout. Okay, sorry. I thought Juan was saying he had gout.
I mean, it's not impossible, really.
I mean, it's in there somewhere. Just hasn't shaken its way down to your knees yet.
I mean,
Yeah, it's floating around in your shoulders. They don't get there.
He should have gout.
No, that's the thing about Juan. When you test his blood, like everything is fine. He's like, he's like
fucking healthier than all of us.
He's like superhuman. He's a wizard.
Pisses me off.
All right, guys. We will see you next Friday.
Yep, we'll see you guys next week.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
Northbound. From their brand new Soul Kiss album, you heard Jonathan Frazier, better known as Northbound, and his song Same Book. It's hooky pop punk, so check him out. Now, most of you that have been listening for a minute know that I really love fun and unique Christmas music. The other three songs that you heard on this show are from the band Piebald, and they're a really unique band in that when they set out to do a Christmas album, they didn't want to do any covers. They want to do all original music. That's what kind of sets them apart. So they present the album Piebald Presents to You a Christmas Adventure. You heard Rage with My Friends, Rebellion of Winter, and we closed everything out with Do Good Stuff. And on that note, thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you next week.
Do good